All right, folks, it's Friday. It's December the 8th, and today is National Christmas Tree Day on The Joe Show. The Christmas tree, a prominent decoration for those who celebrate Christmas, is the focus of this holiday. The day of often celebrated by putting up and acquiring and even decorating the Christmas tree, although the choice to put National Christmas Tree Day on December 8th was made by the day's creator and founder, Jace Shoemaker Galloway. The date does have some other connections to the Christmas tree. December 8th also happens to be Immaculate Conception Day, a Catholic holiday which celebrates, in some countries, obviously Immaculate Conception of the Virgin Mary, but also putting up Christmas trees is how you celebrate that day in countries. National Christmas Tree Day today on The Joe Show. It is also National Brownie Day. December seems like quite the month for all the food lovers out there. Today's no different. Whose mouth doesn't water at the thought of a warm, gooey, and chocolatey brownie? Today, National Brownie Day. It's also Christmas Tree Day on this Friday, December the 8th edition of The Joe Show. The phone number to call in this morning is 238-9447. That's 238-WHIR. We start you off, as we always do this morning, with our national anthem. It's brought to you by Bob Allen Motor Mall and the Hometown Radio Network, teaming up to honor America with a national anthem.
The Bob Allen Motor Mall and Hometown Radio Network proudly honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Bob Allen Motor Mall, Hometown Radio Network, teaming up every morning to honor America with the playing of our national anthem. The phone number to get your birthdays and your anniversaries on here this morning, we'd love to have you on the show, is 238-9447. That's 238-WHIR. It's a Friday, which means here's Johnny. All right, birthdays today. We have Kathy Smith and Nikki Rasmussen on today's birthday list. I have absolutely no birthdays for tomorrow, and I have a handful of birthdays on Sunday. William Critchfield having a birthday Sunday. So is Jordan Norris. T. Ellis. T is the head baseball coach at Garrett County. Dan Johnson, my brother-in-law Edmund Wheatley is having a birthday today. Rebecca Marshall and Bethany Schooler on the birthday list. Again, 238-WHIR is your phone number to call in this morning. Alrighty, Friday, December the 8th, and happy to be on the show with you this morning, and so glad you decided to tune in and start your morning off here with WHIR. Got a lot to talk about this morning. Starts off at first guest on here at 7:40 with the County Agent's Corner. Linda McClanahan will call in this morning and wrap up this Mercer County Extension Office week here on the Joe Show, brought to you by Bluegrass South Livestock Market. That'll be at 7:40. 7:50, Lahana Boganovsky is going to be on the show. And we talked about it in the news, but the Danville Small Town Christmas Festival and Parade has been moved up to today. tonight. It was supposed to be Saturday, but, we were monitoring the forecast even on the show here all week long. And Saturday continues to look like it's going to be a washout, even looking at it from today's perspective, looking at tomorrow, it's going to be a washout tomorrow. So they moved everything up 24 hours. So the Small Town Christmas Festival itself will take place from 4 o'clock until 7. The Christmas Parade will take place tonight at 7 o'clock on Main Street. And LaHanna is going to talk about all the differences and changes and plans. That'll be at 7:50 this morning. In the 8 o'clock hour, we have Dusty on here this morning. In 8:10, the Kentucky Music Preview. See what's going on in Dusty's world today. And in the 9 o'clock hour, 9:10, it's a little trail talk. Walker's Trail Senior Living. And at 9:35 this morning, McClure and Bailey joins us here on The Joe Show for a McClure and Bailey Friday. That's the rundown today's show. We'd love to have you on. Our phone number to call in this morning is 238-WHIR. That's 238-9447. We start you off as we always do, taking a look at early morning sports. And here they go. The Patriots upset the Steelers' playoff hopes. The Lakers versus the Pacers in the in-season tournament championship. And Shohei Ohtani to the Dodgers? Maybe so, if a number change happens. Those are the headlines on this Friday morning. I'm Joe Mathis, guiding you through these Friday morning sports, starting off in the National Football League, where Thursday Night Football last night was supposed to be a boring game between the Patriots and the Steelers, and it kind of was, I guess. In a Thursday Night Football matchup between two pretty bad teams, just 4 days after they were shut out at home by the LA Chargers, the scuffling Patriots up into the Steelers 21-18 last night in Pittsburgh. The Las Vegas sports books did not see points coming in this game, and certainly there was no offensive masterpiece, but this Thursday Night Football tilt did blow past a historically low point total of 30 in the first half. That was mainly thanks to the Patriots, who scored more than 20 points for the first time since October 22nd. Goodness, they're awful, as they jumped out to a 21-3 lead with 7:38 to go in the first half. But that would complete the Patriots scoring for the night, and they desperately hung on from there. The Steelers, who are also not very good, with former number 2 overall pick Mitchell Trubisky under center, could not complete the comeback. They probably wouldn't have even been in it, really, if not for the Patriots' own issues, which in this game included a blocked punt that set Pittsburgh up on its 26-yard line, down 21-10. Pittsburgh punched it in and got a 2-point conversion, but it didn't really get close to the red zone again after that. In the National Basketball Association, if you wanted offense in the NBA in-season tournament, then you got it. Milwaukee and Indiana, two of the highest scoring teams in the league, delivered 128-119 Pacers over the Bucks. If you enjoy LeBron James's performance at the age of 38 years old like no one has ever done before, then you were satisfied with the Lakers and Pelicans game, because otherwise that was a dud. It was 133-89 Lakers. If you saw an impressive individual performance, players produce as well. Giannis had 37 last night for the Bucks. Pacers guard Tyrese Halliburton continued his emergence as an All-NBA guard with 27 points and 15 assists and 7 rebounds. The 15th time in 18 games he's had at least 10 assists. And then LeBron had his second consecutive 30-point game and his 7th of the season. It's Lakers versus Pacers in the in-season tournament championship on Saturday evening. And there have been few signs or hints in Shohei Ohtani's mysterious free agency tour in baseball, where he may ultimately choose to play, but perhaps the strongest indication yet that the LA Dodgers could be the favorites is by the organization's recent request. The Dodgers apparently telephoned veteran reliever Joe Kelly this week to ask if he would surrender his uniform number 17 to Ohtani. Kelly, who signed a 1-year, $8 million contract with the Dodgers last week that has yet to be made official, informed Dodger officials that he'd be honored to switch uniform numbers for Ohtani. Ohtani has worn number 17 since signing his first MLB contract in 2017 with the Angels. Those are the headlines in this Friday morning. I'm Joe Mathis for the Hometown Radio Network.
Your new Bluegrass Ride Danville is pleased to bring you another inside story behind one of your favorite Christmas songs.
Francis Chick Powers.
With an inside story behind a Christmas song.
Rocking around the Christmas tree
She was America's first lady of song during the 1960s. That's Miss Brenda Lee. Songwriter Mr. Johnny Marks recalls how the song came to be.
I wrote it in July. I was up in Vermont, lying on a beach, and near me was a couple playing their radio, and a rock record was blaring away, and it just dawned on me, the Christmas trees, the rocking around the Christmas tree. So lying there, I got my opening lines, went back to my cabin, and finally finished the song. And when I came back to New York, I went up to Decca Records and saw Milt Gabler, who was the head of artists and repertoire, who picked the songs and the artists, and said to him, you know, I think I've got a great song for Brenda Lee. And he said, everybody's got a great song for Brenda Lee. Well, I said, please listen to this song. So he put it on his machine, listened to it. This is going to be the biggest hit Brenda Lee ever had. He called Nashville and told the producer down there, Owen Bradley, to get Brenda in the studio. I want you to record a song, Rocking Around the Christmas Tree. And after I listened to it, I said, you know, Milt, this girl makes this song sound a lot better than the way I wrote it. And I have to thank Brenda Lee.
From the Christmas files of the musicalsoundreview.com, I'm Francis Chick Powers.
Walking around the Christmas tree in the new old-fashioned way.
Everyone at Bluegrass Ride wish you and your family a blessed Christmas and a wonderful New Year. Remember, Bluegrass Ride Danville offers free public transit in Danville. To find out where they take you, go to bluegrassride.org/Danville. That's bluegrassride.org/Danville. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from Bluegrass Ride Danville.
Are you considering starting a business or expanding your existing business? Are you looking for a stable partner you can trust to help you understand your options? This is Ricky Peterson. I'm a loan officer at Whitaker Bank at the Danville Main Street office. As a part of your community, I'm here to help you understand the best options for you today and in the future. Give me a call at 859-236-9822. Let me show you what Uniquely Kentucky means. Whitaker Bank, Uniquely Kentucky, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by...
Thanks there, Jack. It's brought to you as a service of ADA Heating and Air. Trust ADA to be there when you need them the most. ADA is always on the way. Call them 859-519-6382. That's how you get in touch with ADA Heating and Air. Sunshine, a high of 53. A low tonight of 40. Tomorrow, sunshine, a high of 60. A low of 49 tonight. I'm sorry, I'm looking at yesterday's forecast. Give me 1 second. Today, sunshine, a high of 60, a low of 50. Tomorrow, rain showers are likely all day long, a high of 63, mostly, though it's looking like it's going to center around the evening hours. And on Sunday, rain showers, some thunder also possible, high of 47. May see some snow Sunday night into Monday. Right now, it's 6:24. It's 43 degrees. Phone number to call in this morning. We'd love to have you on the show is 238-9447. That's 238-WHIR. That's the number to call your birthdays in. We also do celebrity birthdays. We're doing those right now. Happy 41st birthday today to American rapper and singer-songwriter who turns 41 today. Her name is Nicki Minaj. She's known for her hits Super Bass, Starships, and Anaconda. Here's a clip of Nicki Minaj talking about how you should know that you're beautiful.
You know, your peace is the most important thing. And knowing you're beautiful and knowing you're great is extremely important. You shouldn't need anyone to tell you that. You should just know it and feel it every single day.
Yeah, other birthdays today, 38 years old today for former NBA center Dwight Howard. After leaving the Lakers, Howard moved to the Taiwan Leopards in the T1 League. He's an NBA champion, 8-time All-Star, 8-time All-NBA team honoree, 5-time All-Defensive Team member, and 3-time Defensive Player of the Year. Dwight Howard, 38 years old today. Race car driver Kevin Harvick is 48. The all-time winningest Cup Series driver at Phoenix International Raceway has 8 wins there, and the third winningest driver in the Xfinity Series in history with 46 wins. Kevin Harvick is 48 years old today. Eli Whitney would have had a birthday today, the late cotton gin inventor. He was one of the key inventors of the Industrial Revolution, shaped the economy of the antebellum South. Eli Whitney would have had a birthday today as well, and author and political commentator Ann Coulter turned 62 years old today. Birthdays and anniversaries, we have them on all day long right here on The Joe Show on WHIR. Come on, get them on here.
country music.
Well, thank you there, Mr. Voice. It was on this day, country music history, looking back at the year 1912, where Jack Stapp was born. Jack Stapp was an influential country music manager. He also had one big-time writing song to his credit. And we'll talk about that in just a second. It was on this day, country music history in the year 1959. Born on this date was Marty Raybon, a singer-songwriter from Shenandoah who had the 1990 U.S. #1 hit Next to You, Next to Me. And it was on this date, 1982, another story about a Marty, this one Marty Robbins. A sad day as he died on this date, 1982, of a heart attack. And that's what's gone on this day, December the 8th, in country music history. Starting off back in 1912, we mentioned the birthday of Jack Stapp, who would have had a birthday today, would have been 111 years old. His big-time song he helped co-write, actually, with a man named Harry Stone, was this one.
Have you ever passed the corner of 4th and Grand, where a little ball of rhythm has a shoeshine stand? People gather round and they clap their hands. He's a great big fun.
Chattanooga Shoeshine Boy, or Chattanooga Shoeshine Boy, is the way Red Foley says it. Stapp was inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame in 1989. Jack Stapp would have been 111 years old today.
You feel as though you want to dance when he gets through. He's a great big bundle of joy. He pops the boogie-woogie rag, the Chattanooga Shoeshine Boy.
There you go.
It's a wonder.
It was on this day, country music history, 1959. Marty, I never honestly heard how to correctly pronounce his last name. I've heard it said Raybon. I've heard it say Raybon. Either way, he's having a birthday today.
Riding down the road in my pickup truck. You better be ready, cause I'm picking you up with a full moon.
Singer and songwriter from Shenandoah. I've also heard Marty Raybon, but there's no R in it. Had the 1990 U.S. #1 hit Next to You, Next to Me. This is a great song. Before leaving Shenandoah in 1997, Marty and his brother Tim formed a duo known as the Raybon Brothers, who had the crossover success that year with a single called Butterfly Kisses. I remember that song. I didn't realize they were the ones that did that. Happy birthday today, Marty Raybon. 64 years old.
Barbecue chicken in aluminum foil, just enough money for my gas and oil. Who needs your shrimp and your caviar? I sooner have you just the way you are. Rich people got the money to hold.
And it was on this day, 1982, Marty Robbins, American singer, songwriter, and multi-instrumentalist, died of a heart attack on this day, 1982.
To the town of our free rode a stranger one fine day.
One of the most popular and successful country and western singers of his era, Robbins released over 50 singles and 100 albums. In addition to his recordings, Robbins was an avid race car driver, competing in 35 career NASCAR races, 6 top 10 finishes, including the 1973 Firecracker 400. He also played himself in a car racing film called Heck on Wheels. Marty Robbins on this day, 1982, died of a heart attack.
Slowly looking all around. He's an outlaw, loose and running, came the whisper from each lip, and he's here to do some business.
Marty Robbins, Marty Raybon, and Jack Stapp have all made their mark on this date, December the 8th, in country music history.
Lived an outlaw by the name of Texas Red.
It's 6:29 and a half, or 30 seconds away from our K&N Bottom Hour News.
Hi, folks. Mike Gay here. Are you frustrated with your current job? Want to get that promotion, but you don't have a college degree? Then go to Essity.com. We're hiring 25 new machine operators starting at $19.38 an hour. Is work-life balance important to you? Well, we have 12-hour shifts. You can work 90 nights, work 90 days, and then you're off 180 days during the year. That's with no required OT. Essity, ESSITY.com.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Starting now, Lexington restaurants can start serving alcohol as early as 6 a.m. every day of the week. This following a 13-1 city council decision. Council member David Seveny said during the meeting it's an economic development issue, highlighting Lexington as a tourist destination, which has a signature industry that includes bourbon. Bellarmine University is now offering cannabis education in Kentucky. Greenflower works with 25 universities in 19 states. They will be partnering with the university to teach those interested in the cannabis industry. Starting 2024, they'll be offering cannabis education program certificates. A body was found in Winchester Thursday evening. Clark County Coroner Neil Oliver reports a male body was found in Red Wing Drive. The coroner is still waiting to identify the body and notify relatives. The body was taken to the medical examiner's office in Frankfort for an autopsy. The Winchester Police Department is handling this as a death investigation. One woman remains hospitalized after a crash Thursday afternoon. WDRB reports police were called to an accident on 3rd Street and West Manslick Road where only one car allegedly crossed the line into another. The head-on crash sent one woman to the hospital with critical injuries. A passenger in the same car was injured but will survive. The driver of the other vehicle was uninjured. Louisville police are investigating. After a special examination of Kentucky relief funds by the state auditor's office, it was determined that the state-run relief funds funneling millions into charitable donations can serve as a model for quickly getting aid to storm victims. Governor Andy Beshear said Thursday in response to the auditor's review of the programs. The majority of the mistaken payments were $1,000 secondary payments to victims. Those payments had an error rate of just over 2%, the report said. The review of the Flood Relief Fund found no inappropriate payments. I'm Whitney Harris.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
For most of us, power outages, however rare, are a frustrating inconvenience. For others, they're a matter of life and death. If you or someone you love depends on electrically powered life support equipment, give the friendly folks at your local electric cooperative a call. They can help by noting the situation on a special list of customers who receive top priority in restoring power following unplanned outages. We're Kentucky's electric cooperative, and our power is our people.
Intercounty Energy, a Touchstone Energy cooperative.
Now available at Farmers National Bank, free checking and a free gift. Simply open a new Farmers National Bank personal or business checking account and receive a free gift. Minimum required deposit is only $50. We make the process fast and easy. Call 866-888-0220 or stop into one of our 12 convenient locations. Farmers National Bank, with locations in Danville, Bergen, Harrodsburg, Junction City, Lancaster, Perryville, Stanford, Liberty, and Middleburg. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update.
Danville's Small Town Christmas has been moved up 24 hours after expected rain showers in the forecast nearly all day for Danville tomorrow. The Danville Small Town Christmas Festival and the parade will now happen tonight. All the same activities that were scheduled for Saturday will happen instead today from 4 o'clock until 7. Those activities will then lead us up to the parade, which starts tonight at 7 o'clock on Main Street. Officials have released the name of the person killed in a tractor-trailer accident yesterday in Lincoln County. It happened around 7 o'clock in the morning on Kentucky Highway 198, where the Lincoln County Sheriff's Office says 19-year-old Jaden Post was driving a tractor-trailer when it overturned. The Sheriff's Office says that Post was hauling lumber when she ran off the roadway, overcorrected the trailer, and flipped to the opposite side of the road. The road remained closed for hours following the accident as officials cleared the scene. Today is the release of a brand new Wilderness Trail Distillery bourbon. Today, Wilderness Trail Distillery will release a brand new 10-year aged bourbon. The bourbon being sold was barreled in 2013 and will go on sale today with a twofold celebration. Bottles go on sale this morning and then a party at the Visitor Center tonight. Wilderness Trail is on Lebanon Road. Just over a year after the shooting of a Nicholasville man who was undergoing a mental health episode, Nicholasville police say they will hire a social worker to their force. Family members of 22-year-old Desmond LeDuc say they felt that the presence of heavily armed Special Response Team officers escalated the situation that led to LeDuc's death. Those SRT officers showed up about an hour after police officers were already on scene trying to talk LeDuc out of that house. Recently, Nicholasville police posted a social worker listed on their website. The department said that the person will help with crisis intervention, short-term counseling, and advocacy. Reporting for the Hometown Radio Network, I'm Joe Mathis.
Almost every small Kentucky town has a go-to restaurant. In Central Kentucky, it's the Bread of Life Cafe in Liberty. If you like a good buffet, you'll love the huge down-home cooking featuring 3 fully stocked buffet tables, or you can order off their extensive menu. You'll find something delicious for every person in the family at the Bread of Life Cafe. Visit the gift and sweet shop at the Bread of Life Cafe, 5 miles south of Liberty on Highway 127. Open till 8, Monday through Thursday, 9 Friday and Saturday. Feed your tummy and your soul with a stop at the Bread of Life Cafe and Buffet, 5 miles south of Liberty.
Hi, this is Robert Wagner from Hometown Radio, wishing your family from our family happy holidays.
Christmas.
You're going to have the happiest Christmas.
Merry Christmas!
Central Kentucky's Hometown Radio Network.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by...
It's brought to you by our friends hanging out over at Cowell Collision Center here in Danville. They're on Lebanon Road. After a wreck, tell the tow truck driver to take your vehicle over to the experts, Brent and Devin, at Cowell Collision Center, Lebanon Road, right here in Danville. You get sunshine today, 60 degrees is your high. A low tonight of 50. Rain showers tomorrow after 5 o'clock and continuing all night long, 63 and 40, the high and low. Sunday, rain showers and thunderstorms are possible and a high of 47. It's 6:36 in the morning, 42 degrees here in Danville. Phone number to call in this morning is 238-WHIR. What's up with Larry Vaught today with our final Vaught's Views segment of the week?
Vaught's Views on University of Kentucky Sports is on the air. Featuring 7-time Kentucky Sports Writer of the Year, Larry Vaught.
Transfer portal is a great way to restock the roster, as Kentucky's been able to do the last few years. However, don't underestimate what it could mean for UK's 2024 football season. That offensive lineman Eli Cox and Marcus Cox have both announced they will return for another year. That makes building an offensive line for next season so much easier for Coach Mark Stoops. The SEC is a grown man's league, and the 2024 season will be Marcus Cox's 7th season of college football and year 6 for Eli Cox. Just think about the advantage they should have over even a third-year collegiate player, and what if a first or second-year player has to go against 2 grown men like the returning Kentucky offensive line? Many thought both players would consider trying to changes to make the NFL roster, but getting them back was even better than Coach Mark Stoops going out and signing 2 high school 5-star offensive linemen.
Vaught's Views will return in a moment.
If you want to make the most of your vacation, there's no better place than the Bluegrass State. Kentucky's 44 state parks offer abundant places to play and diverse accommodations to stay. Take a hike, float your boat, or bike the trails. Pitch a tent under the stars or settle into a lakefront lodge. Tee up for 18 holes. Then enjoy a signature meal. Plan your trip at parks.ky.gov.
The transfer portal has changed everything about college football. It means Kentucky can lose a player like safety Jayla Geiger, who has had plenty of playing time and also had a huge impact off the field in Lexington. Geiger decided if he wants to make his dream of playing in the NFL come true, he would be better off spending next season at another school. Marcus Cox and Eli Cox wanted to go another route and come back to UK for another season, and that certainly should help UK's search for a quarterback in the transfer portal.
Find more from Larry at yoursportsedge.com.
Larry Vaught, Vaught's Views, Mondays through Fridays right here on The Joe Show at this time. We talked about this a little bit yesterday, but former Jacksonville Jaguars employee is in a whole lot of doo-doo. His name is Amit Patel, and he's accused of stealing $22 million from the team to feed his lavish lifestyle. Jaguars theft. Of course, the Jacksonville Jaguars an NFL team, so we have the play-by-play of Jaguars games. What about the play-by-play of an employee stealing from the Jaguars? Here's how it sounded.
And we return to the action at the Jacksonville Jaguars offices, where Patel has been putting up some serious theft numbers this season.
And he's looking around to make sure nobody's watching, and he sprints toward the safe.
He spins left, he darts right, he knocks over security, and he makes it out the door.
And he's running toward an open house.
And he's made it to the realtor's open house, and he's done it. He's just paid cash for a mansion.
Looks like this not-so-humble abode is on the Jaguars. More from the action coming up.
There you go. go. Amit Patel, you, my good friend, are in some serious trouble. Let's see what's going on in this morning's world of absolute good. A little good news action for you on this Friday morning. Are you tired of the gloom and doom that saturates your daily news? Well, of course you are, and I am right there with you. These stories right here remind us of the silver lining in the cloud over all of our heads. It's my way of sharing the good news with you. Hopefully you'll go do the same for somebody else. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up on the piano for Mr. Floyd Kramer. There you go. Little good news action for you this morning. First one coming from Utah, where high school students from Layton Christian Academy, they're in Layton, Utah, heroically rescued a mom, Bridget Ponson, and her 2 children after a car accident outside the school. The accident, caused by a driver blinded by the sun, resulted in Ponson and her son being pinned under the car, but the students quickly lifted the vehicle, allowing rescuers to free them. Ponson required surgery, but is expected to fully recover, and both the school head and her husband praise the students for their crucial role in saving the family. Chris Crowder, the head of the school, says he doesn't think the mom and child would have survived. The students didn't rush to pick up the car.
I firmly believe that the mother and the child would not have made it if these students wouldn't have run out there and picked up that car.
Well, story number 2 coming from Maine, where Purple Heart veteran former police chief Tom Barr from York, Maine, was gifted a new mobile home by his community after his home was deemed unlivable due to black mold. The initiative, led by Barr's friend and HVAC worker Wayne Avery, involved a successful fundraising campaign that brought in over $60,000. The collective effort enabled the purchase of a new 1-bedroom mobile home, which has now been delivered to Barr, showing the community's deep respect and support for his service, both as a veteran and a police officer. And story number 3 coming from Las Vegas, where Benji Sanchez, a 9-year-old from Las Vegas who bravely battled cancer, was surprised by the NFL and Commissioner Roger Goodell with 5 tickets to Super Bowl 58. The gesture made during the NFL Green event is part of the NFL's ongoing efforts to honor dedicated fans through their Super Bowl ticket giveaway programs called Super Bowl Surprise. Now in its 7th year, the program acknowledges the league's most passionate fans, celebrating their spirit and commitment to the game. The good news, a boy battling cancer and his family are going to the Super Bowl thanks to the NFL. A Maine community pitches in to buy a new home for a Purple Heart veteran, and a group of students save a mom and toddler trapped under their car after being hit. That, my friends, is the world of absolute good. All right, coming up, we have Silliness at Sunrise. We have the best jokes from the Country Comic Spotlight, Rick Dees, in this morning's Planet of the Apps. Floyd Kramer, take us home, buddy. It's all yours.
Are you looking for free family holiday fun? Listen to this. Join Magnolia Manor in Perryville, 521 South Beale Street, December 16th, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. for an unforgettable Christmas extravaganza. Enjoy free photos with Santa, live entertainment, delicious food, and holiday stations for the kids. Don't miss out. See you December 16th at Magnolia Manor, 521 South Beale Street in Perryville, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. for the Christmas extravaganza.
The Patriots upset the Steelers' playoff hopes. The Lakers versus the Pacers in the in-season tournament championship. And Shohei Ohtani to the Dodgers? Maybe so, if a number change happens. Those are the headlines on this Friday morning. I'm Joe Mathis, guiding you through these Friday morning sports, starting off in the National Football League, where Thursday Night Football last night was supposed to be a boring game between the Patriots and the Steelers, and it kind of was, I guess. In a Thursday Night Football matchup between two pretty bad teams. Just 4 days after they were shut out at home by the LA Chargers, the scuffling Patriots upended the Steelers 21-18 last night in Pittsburgh. The Las Vegas sports books did not see points coming in this game, and certainly there was no offensive masterpiece, but this Thursday night football tilt did blow past a historically low point total of 30 in the first half. That was mainly thanks to the Patriots, who scored more than 20 points for the first time since October 22nd. Goodness, they're awful, as they jumped out to a 21-3 lead with 7:38 to go in the first half, but that would complete the Patriots scoring for the night, and they desperately hung on from there. The Steelers, who are also not very good, with former number 2 overall pick Mitchell Trubisky under center, could not complete the comeback. They probably wouldn't have even been in it, really, if not for the Patriots' own issues, which in this game included a blocked punt that set Pittsburgh up on its 26-yard line down 21-10. Pittsburgh punched it in and got a 2-point conversion, but it didn't really get close to the red zone again after that. In the National Basketball Association, if you wanted offense in the NBA in-season tournament, then you got it. Milwaukee and Indiana, 2 of the highest scoring teams in the league, delivered 128-119 Pacers over the Bucks. If you enjoy LeBron James's performance at the age of 38 years old like no one has ever done before, then you were satisfied with the Lakers and Pelicans game, because otherwise that was a dud. It was 133-89 Lakers. If you saw an impressive individual performance, players produce as well. Giannis had 37 last night for the Bucks. Pacers guard Tyrese Halliburton continued his emergence as an All-NBA guard with 27 points and 15 assists and 7 rebounds. The 15th time in 18 games he's had at least 10 assists. And then LeBron had a second consecutive 30-point game and his 7th of the season. It's Lakers versus Pacers in the in-season tournament championship on Saturday evening. And there have been few signs or hints in Shohei Ohtani's mysterious free agency tour in baseball where he may ultimately choose to play, but perhaps the strongest indication yet that the LA Dodgers could be the favorites is by the organization's recent request. The Dodgers apparently telephoned veteran reliever Joe Kelly this week to ask if he would surrender his uniform number 17 to Ohtani. Kelly, who signed a 1-year, $8 million contract with the Dodgers last week that has yet to be made official, informed Dodger officials that he'd be honored to switch uniform numbers for Ohtani. Ohtani has worn number 17 since signing his first MLB contract in 2017 with the Angels. Those are the headlines on this Friday morning. I'm Joe Mathis for the Hometown Radio Network.
Announcing the media rights package kind of squashes some doomsday prophecies.
What I'm optimistic of is that, I've got a great team that's going to work on me to get this better.
I've been having fun at home, just kind of doing normal stuff.
Mark Caro and PRN's Garage Pass.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. So minivans, sedans, JDMs, roll out. Go ahead, feel your engine. Admire that perfectly installed exhaust. Your vehicle's moving along this freeway like it was made from fresh installs and a whole lot of love. And with eBay Motors, you get over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Whether your engine runs daily or only when you need it, C-Max Micro Lubricant is the force you need against carbon buildup that can damage your engine. Combustion causes carbon and other harmful deposits to build up on your engine, fuel system, and transmission. You don't want that. You want C-Max Micro Lubricant. It soaks into metal and keeps your vehicle running at peak performance. Find out more at cmax.com or visit us on Facebook and Twitter. Protect your engine to the max with C-Max.
When NASCAR announced last week a 7-year, $7.7 billion TV deal that kicks off in 2025, like many other team owners and drivers, Brad Keselowski knew that was going to help his bank account. He also believes it'll help the psyche of everyone in the garage.
There's always, in our sport, this kind of doomsday prophecy that seems to float over it, and it's nice to put those things to bed. And I think that announcing the media rights kind of squashes some doomsday prophecies, which is good for our sport, good for our partners, good for our people.
Operating on his injured right shoulder, when surgeons opened up Denny Hamlin, they found more damage than expected, and the Toyota driver could be rehabbing right up to the season's opening race.
What I'm optimistic of is that I've got a great team that's going to work on me to get this better, and certainly I find it hard to believe that I'll have more pain in late January than what I did at the end of October and November. Getting through those last 5 races was really, really hard. If I can get through that, then certainly I'll probably be able to, challenge myself to get back in a car sooner than what they would want me to.
Meanwhile, Speedway Motorsports is going to put down new asphalt at Sonoma Raceway. It's the first full repave of the California road course in 23 years. Trackhouse Racing will now have a global presence, fielding a MotoGP World Championship motorcycle team in 2024. It'll be managed from their headquarters in Nashville, but will operate out of Italy.
Start your engine!
The sports and entertainment capital of the world welcomes the return of revving engines, NASCAR's top stars, and speeds of 180 miles per hour at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, March 1st through 3rd for the Pennzoil 400.
Kyle Busch went 4 wide the last time by on the apron of the racetrack.
Get your weekend tickets now while seats are still available. Ladies and gentlemen, start your Vegas engines and get ready for the most exciting racing venue on the circuit.
Unlike it is during the season, William Byron isn't racing around here in December. He's just chilling.
I've been having fun at home, just kind of unplugging and playing lots of Call of Duty, and I've been playing tons of that and, working out, doing normal stuff.
We get dirty, and the world stays clean. That's the mission.
I love gaming. It's just for the fun of it, but it does, I feel like it's very intense and it's good for the mind, so I like it.
Mark Garrow and PRN's Garage Pass, presented by eBay Motors. Burn rubber, not cash, by shopping on eBay Motors. ebaymotors.com.
Last place feeling in life is no place to be. Ready for a new way of living? The Isaiah House will put you first. Long-term and short-term residential treatment, outpatient treatment, medication assistant treatment, transitional living, and job skills training. Isaiah House has the programs to the path of help, hope, and healing. End the hurting. Take the first step toward a happier, healthier you. Call the Isaiah House anytime, 24 hours a day.
This is Scott Bottoms, owner of Danville Office Equipment. I want to thank the many loyal customers that have done business with DOE over the years. Thank you for giving us a chance to provide you with office supplies, furniture, printing, and copiers. Danville Office Equipment. I wish you a peaceful and blessed holiday season.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by...
It's brought to you by our friends hanging out over at Dexter and Reitmeyer Insurance, your local independent insurance agency. Proudly representing the auto owners insurance company. Call Mark or Chris. They'd love to give you a free quote, 236-6686. SamDexterInsurance.com. Sunshine, high of 60, low tonight of 50. Rain showers are likely tomorrow. Pretty much all day long, really afternoon, late afternoon into the evening hours, and 63 is the high. We're going to look at quite a bit of rain tomorrow, 1 inch to 2 inches, probably more so, 1.5 inches or so, when you look at the total rainfall tomorrow. Then Sunday, rain, potential of snow showers on Sunday. May see some snow for the first time this season. Right now it's 6:52, 43 degrees, and again, reminding you all, and going to be doing a lot of reminding today, the Danville Small Town Christmas Festival and the parade has been pushed up 24 hours from Saturday because of the forecast to today. So from 4 o'clock until 7, downtown Danville, Main Street, the Small Town Christmas Festival is going on. The parade going on tonight as well. That'll be at 7 o'clock. If you have any questions, we'll answer those questions for you. Lahana's going to be on the show with us at 7:50 talking about the changes and what we can expect tonight from Danville Small Town Christmas Festival and the parade. 238 WHIR. We'd love to have you on the show this morning. 238-9447. Ricky D's letting us know what app we should download in this morning's Planet of the Apps. Let's see what Rick D's has on his mind today. Take it away, Ricky. Welcome.
Welcome to the Planet of the Apps. All right, here we go. You may have an electric vehicle. Good for you. There is an app that will track over 140,000 charging stations all over the USA. The Tesla Supercharger and others. There's ChargePoint, the GE charge stations. But listen, this is an app called PlugShare. PlugShare. It finds public charging stations that are compatible with your specific electrical needs. And then you can filter down by the type of connector you need. So it features all the route planner and everything else to map out how to get there. PlugShare. One word, 5-star rated. It lets you know if the charging station has open stations or if they're full right now. That's good to know. All you do is register and enter the make and model of your electric vehicle, and the rest is done for you. PlugShare, it's good. It's 5-star rated. And it's Rick D's plug sharing right here in this molten magma we call the planet of the apps.
Thank you there, Rick D's. The planet of the apps, Mondays through Fridays. And the Joe Show at this time leads us into the Country Comic Spotlight this morning, where Jay Bliss is in the spotlight. Jay Bliss, and he's doing this stand-up special in Utah at Dry Bar there in Provo, Utah. And so that's why if he mentions, being in Utah, that's what he's talking about. He's doing this stand-up special there, but he talks about getting gas at gas stations there in Utah and how it was just this long process. Here's Jay Bliss in the Country Comic Spotlight.
I was almost late getting here, man. I was nervous. I thought I was going to be late driving through Utah, and I had to stop at one of y'all gas stations to get gas. And it took me 30 minutes to get gas, and I wasn't used to it. I didn't know if it was a Utah thing, but got to the gas pump, put my card in. They said debit or credit, and I said debit. They said, what's your code? I put my code in. It was like, what's your zip code? I was like, I don't even live here. What you need to know my zip code for? And they was like, you want a hot dog? I was like, no, I want to get some gas. They was like, you want a car wash? I'm like, no. They said, we got fountain drinks inside.
Yeah, of course.
Searching for a specific image.
So it happens all the time, right? An ad that pops up randomly. Here we go. Get back to it.
Why are we having a conversation? You shop at Smith's? I don't live here. I hit the wrong button. They canceled my whole transaction. I'm looking for the manager. They didn't even have a car wash. I was like, wait a minute. Didn't you just ask me if I wanted a car wash? I started all the way over again. They was like, you want a car wash? I said, you know what? Yes, I want a car wash. Now what? And 3 Mexicans walked out. I said, this is... The Mexican dude was cool, though. He was just telling me that the car wash is behind the gas station. But I like how y'all laughed because y'all thought they came out to wash my car. That was a test. Y'all felt that miserably.
Jay Bliss.
I'm not judging. It's early, all right? It's early.
In the Country Comic Spotlight, Rick D's letting us know what app we should download of this morning's Planet of the Apps. Hey, if you're looking for something to do over the weekend, I've got 4 tickets to see EKU basketball against Bethany College. They play Sunday afternoon. That's December 10th, Sunday at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. EKU men's basketball versus Bethany College. You want to go? I'll give you these tickets. First person to call in, I'll give you, if you need 2, I'll give you 2. You want all 4, we'll give you all 4. And we'll give you these tickets, EKU men's basketball versus Bethany College, Sunday, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, 238-9447. That's 238-WHIR, and I've got 4 tickets for you. Hey, Wendy's here in Danville, the place to go when you're looking for breakfast this morning, and this might be the most important choice you make all day because you've got the 2-for-3 biggie bundles, and you have to pick between 4 different items how you want to customize your perfect breakfast. You can choose a sausage biscuit, an egg cheese biscuit, small seasoned potato, and medium hot coffee. Pick any 2 of those. You get it for just $3 at Wendy's in Danville. For me, I would be a sausage biscuit and a coffee type of guy. Or I didn't make coffee here at the station, so I'd be a sausage biscuit and seasoned potato type of guy because I've already made my coffee. But you customize it however you want. It's your breakfast. It's the 2-for-3 biggie bundle at the Wendy's in Danville on Houstonville Road. And, of course, the Wendy's in Stanford and Harrisburg as well also doing this deal. Tell them you heard it this morning on The Joe Show. We're a minute and a half away from top hour news as we are rolling right along on this Friday morning here in Danville.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey, guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online? Just go to hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and trusted generic alternatives to the name brands at up to 95% off. That's right. Get generic for Viagra, the same active ingredient as brand name Viagra, but for 95% less. It's the same medication, still prescribed by a licensed medical provider, but with 0 copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit, hims.com/joy.
Hi, this is Ruth at Mattresses and More, next door to Ace Hardware on Houstonville Road in Danville. If you are looking for new furniture or bedding, come check us out. We offer 12 months same as cash with approved credit. And now is a good time to lay away for Christmas. New merchandise arriving weekly, and we sell off the floor.
Mattresses and More, open Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., Saturday 9 to 5. Again, beside Ace Hardware, Houstonville Road, Danville. Girls,
Come see our Nana for the best still in town. You'll be glad you...
This is the talk of the town, AM 1230, and now on FM 103.9, WHIR Danville, powered by Kentucky WiMAX.
It's 7 o'clock.
NBC News Radio, I'm Michael Kastner. Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton is threatening to prosecute any doctors who perform an abortion on a woman who just won a court order allowing her to get one. More from Sarah Lee Kessler.
Lawyers for Kate Cox argued that the medical exemption in the state's near-total abortion ban is vague and that her pregnancy has a severe anomaly that could prevent her from having children in the future. A district court judge on Thursday said the idea that the law might actually cause her to lose the ability to have future children would be a miscarriage of justice. Paxton, however, says the judge's order does not shield the doctors from prosecution under Texas abortion law.
President Biden's son is facing federal tax charges. A special counsel charged Hunter Biden on Thursday after a grand jury indicted him on 9 counts. The charges include tax evasion, failing to file and pay taxes, and filing false tax returns. The House is investigating 3 top universities after the institution's leaders failed to explicitly say calling for the genocide of Jews violates their code of conduct. Brian Shook reports.
The House Committee on Education and the Workforce announced it opened an investigation into Harvard, MIT, and the University of Pennsylvania Thursday for what it called rampant anti-Semitism on their campuses by students and faculty. The move follows a heated line of questioning during a congressional hearing earlier this week in which the university presidents refused to say whether calls for genocide violate campus rules on harassment. I'm Brian Shook.
And a woman is in jail after allegedly trying to set fire to the Atlanta birthplace of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Video shows a woman dressed in black pouring gasoline on the front porch, windows, and bushes around the house built in 1895. Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
Hey, you. The one on the couch who just told your friend you can't go out because you're busy? Ready to get real about your psoriasis? When your current treatments don't do enough to help control the inflammation beneath the skin, causing plaques and pain, stressing and scratching, it's time to stop hiding and get real with your dermatologist so they can help you get clear. Get real clear about psoriasis at letsgetrealclear.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Are you tired of high cable TV rates? Sign up for Dish today and get a $500 bonus offer while supplies last. Plus, lock in your price for 2 years guaranteed. Call All American Dish, your Dish authorized retailer now.
800-296-1251. 800-296-1251. That's 800-296-1251.
Offers require credit qualification, 24-month commitment, early termination fee.
At least 3 people are injured after a truck crashed into the route of the Bakersfield, California Christmas parade. More from Daniel Martindale.
The driver, a 72-year-old man, was arrested immediately after Thursday night's crash. Police say the man was upset that a road was closed and sped through an alleyway onto the parade route as people were setting up to watch the parade. All of the victims are in stable condition. Investigators believe the driver was drunk. I'm Daniel Martindale.
Lawmakers from Connecticut are marking nearly 11 years since the shooting at Sandy Hook Elementary School. Trey Thomas reports.
Connecticut Senator Richard Blumenthal and other lawmakers met with families of victims and gun violence survivors on Capitol Hill Thursday.
This is a moral imperative, not just a political obligation. It is a moral duty for this country to stop gun violence.
The Democrat called for a ban on assault rifles and universal background checks. I'm Trey Thomas.
Washington State Patrol is investigating 6 shootings that happened in South King County on Wednesday night. More from Brad Ford.
The shootings happened on I-5 and SR 167. One man was shot in the neck and hospitalized. His condition has not been released. Some of the shootings may have involved road rage, and it appears the same suspects may have been involved in more than one of the shootings. Police say that if you are confronted by an aggressive driver, don't engage them. Anyone with information about the shooting should contact Washington State Patrol.
The University of Georgia is getting a big boost from the CDC with the goal of improving access to healthy foods and physical activity. More from Liz Kennedy.
The $804,000 grant comes as Georgia continues to battle high rates of obesity, especially in certain counties. 1/3 of Georgia's adults are obese and at risk of severe health complications like type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and stroke, among others.
Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
Authentic Mexican grocery store, cakes, fresh produce, piñatas, boots, belts, and more. La Michoacana Mexican grocery store. Family owned and operated, offering the best Mexican products created. La Michoacana Mexican grocery store. And to make your tummy smile, Taco Yumas, the on-site food truck that's also available for catering and events. So where do you go for authentic Mexican product? La Michoacana Mexican grocery store. In Danville on Houstonville Road.
Hi, this is Fred Sizemore, General Manager at Stuart Powell Ford Mazda, and we're excited to announce that our family Christmas meal drive is going on now. For every vehicle sold during this time, we'll donate a complete family Christmas meal to the Salvation Army in your name, ensuring that families in our community can enjoy a warm and hearty holiday feast. There's no better feeling than knowing that you've made a difference in someone's life, and by choosing Stuart Powell Ford Mazda, you're doing just that.
Stuart Powell Ford Mazda in Danville.
Carnes Auto Care Tires and Service Center is located here in Danville on Lebanon Road, and they're well trained in all aspects of your vehicle, including tires, brakes, front end alignments, tune-ups, and lots more. Winter's coming on. Are you ready to stop monkeying around and take your car to Carnes Auto Care? Stop by next to UPS on Lebanon Road.
Good morning to you. It is Friday. It's the 8th day of December. That's 120823 on your calendar. A day where we expect sunshine. Should be a great one for us. We're in the low 60s as a high. Forecast is coming your way. News comes up here first.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update.
Danville's Small Town Christmas has been moved up 24 hours after expected rain showers in the forecast nearly all day for Danville tomorrow. The Danville Small Town Christmas Festival and the parade will now happen tonight. All the same activities that were scheduled for Saturday will happen instead today from 4 o'clock until 7. Those activities will then lead us up to the parade, which starts tonight at 7 o'clock on Main Street. Officials have released the name of the person killed in a tractor-trailer accident yesterday in Lincoln County. It happened around 7 o'clock in the morning on Kentucky Highway 198, where the Lincoln County Sheriff's Office says 19-year-old Jaden Post was driving a tractor-trailer when it overturned. The Sheriff's Office says that Post was hauling lumber when she ran off the roadway, overcorrected the trailer, and flipped it to the opposite side of the road. The road remained closed for hours following the accident as officials cleared the scene. Today is the release of a brand new Wilderness Trail Distillery bourbon. Today, Wilderness Trail Distillery will release a brand new 10-year aged bourbon. The bourbon being sold was barreled in 2013 and will go on sale today with a twofold celebration. Bottles go on sale this morning and then a party at the Visitor Center tonight. Wilderness Trail is on Lebanon Road. Just over a year after the shooting of a Nicholasville man who was undergoing a mental health episode, Nicholasville police say they will hire a social worker to their force. Family members of 22-year-old Desmond LeDuc say they felt that the presence of heavily armed special response team officers escalated the situation that led to LeDuc's death. Those SRT officers showed up about an hour after police officers were already on scene trying to talk LeDuc out of that house. Recently, Nicholasville police posted a social worker listed on their website. The department said that the person will help with crisis intervention, short-term counseling, and advocacy. Reporting for the Hometown Radio Network, I'm Joe Mathis.
This morning's local news was a service of Stuart Powell Ford Lincoln Mazda on the bypass in Danville and online at stuartpowell.com.
going out of town, or anywhere in the world. Stay in touch with WHIR on the internet at hometownlive.net. Powered by Kentucky WiMAX.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same, but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online? Just go to hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and trusted generic alternatives to the name brands at up to 95% off. That's right. Get generic for Viagra, the same active ingredient as brand name Viagra, but for 95% less. It's the same medication, still prescribed by a licensed medical provider, but with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by...
It's brought to you by our friends over at Cattleman's Roadhouse. Treat yourself to a delicious meal at Cattleman's. Their steaks are aged 28 days. They're hand-cut. And they're second to none in tenderness and in flavor. Cattleman's Roadhouse on the Danville Bypass. A great steak is truly just the beginning. Sunshine, a high today 60, low tonight of 50. Tomorrow, rain showers, thunderstorms are possible, high of 63. Sunday, rain showers, thunderstorms are possible as well. And snow showers possible on Sunday on top of that. And a high Sunday of 47, low of 27. We do get sunshine to begin the next work week on Monday. Right now it's 7:10 in the morning on this Friday, December the 8th. We have high school basketball for you tonight. Our first DCA basketball broadcast of the year takes us down to Stanford. Tim and myself will be set up live at Lincoln County High School to bring you play-by-play coverage of the girl-boy doubleheader at Lincoln County against Danville Christian Academy, our friends right across the street from us here at Fort Radio. This is supposed to be, and I think going to be, two really good basketball teams, the boys and girls teams at DCA. You know, particularly when you look at the girls' side and DCA girls with Grace Bugwa, who may be the best player in the region. She's a phenomenal player. So if you want to watch some good high school basketball, got a girl-boy doubleheader tonight, bring your radios with you, or tune in right here to WHIR. We'll have live play-by-play coverage tonight on the Hometown Radio Network. 238-WHIR. We'd love to have you on the show this morning. Phone number to call in is 238-9447. A toddler at an airport in Chile managed to escape his parents and take a joyride on a luggage conveyor belt. Sounds like he is having his own grand time at his own theme park, so to say. I mean, he's going for rides on the conveyor belt, for crying out loud, at an airport. And why can't you change the airport into a theme park? Just call it Airport Flags Theme Park. You can have kids ride the conveyor belt. They can have a grand old time.
Ready for fun for the whole family?
Yeah!
Then come on down to Airport Flags Theme Park, where you can run wild and have the time of your life.
My kid loves riding around on the luggage conveyor belt.
And I love running around on the tarmac, just running and running, dodging the flames.
I'm gonna go build a fort out of TSA vents.
You'll love Airport Flags.
Honey, have you seen Timmy?
I'm up here, Dad.
Well, would you look at that? He's jumping on top of the customer service counter.
Yay!
It's Airport Flags Theme Park. See you soon.
Airport Flags Theme Park. Let's see what's breaking and trending here in the 7 o'clock hour on the Joe Show, waking you up with some breaking news. All right, starting off with this story, a woman is in jail after she allegedly tried to set fire to the house where the late Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was born. Video shows a woman dressed in black pouring gasoline on the front porch, the windows, and bushes around the house in Atlanta. 2 tourists from Utah who were viewing the house managed to stop that woman, and 2 off-duty New York police officers who were visiting this landmark detained the woman until Atlanta police arrived. King was born in this 2-story wood frame house on January 15th, 1929. The home itself was built in 1895. The home is considered federal property, and the woman could face federal charges, and she should. Nothing can spoil Christmas like having your present stolen off your doorstep. But police in California have been successful catching porch pirates this season using bait packages. Many of those caught are repeat offenders. Sacramento police put tracking devices inside decoy Amazon packages filled with valuable items. Those caught can face a variety of consequences depending on how valuable the contents of that package are. If it's over $950, it's a felony. If it's less than that, the person will be given a ticket to appear in court. Police say if you're expecting a package, try to bring it inside as quickly as possible. Ariana Grande is teasing a mystery project. The singer took to Instagram to share several videos of her hard at work in a recording studio. Some of them included her sitting at a computer with audio files visible on the screen. Harry didn't add a caption or any details on what she's planning. However, a frequent collaborator, Victoria Monet, did comment, quote, "She's home," with several exclamation points. Cynthia Erivo even commented, "No one is ready. I'm so proud of you," adding, "This project is so special." The trailer for the upcoming video game Grand Theft Auto 6 is breaking records. It reached over 93 million views in just 24 hours after it was released on the Rockstar Games YouTube channel, breaking the record for a non-music video debut. That record was held by a video put out in August by Mr. Beast that got over 59 million views in 24 hours. The trailer was officially released on Monday by Rockstar after it had leaked on Twitter earlier in the day and shows the game will return to the familiar Vice City, this time with the first female main character in the franchise. GTA 6 is set to release in 2025. Hunter Biden was indicted on 9 tax charges in California yesterday. A special counsel, David Weiss, continues his investigation into the business dealings of President Joe Biden's son. The 3 felonies and 6 misdemeanors in the list of charges are in addition to federal firearms charges in Delaware. If convicted, Hunter could face a maximum of 17 years behind bars. And the special counsel probe is still open. The White House declined to comment on the new charges, referring questions to the Department of Justice Hunter's personal reps. The indictment comes as Republicans continue to impeachment inquiries into the president that was announced by former House Speaker Kevin McCarthy in September. And another weekend, another line of potentially severe weather. A wide-reaching system will affect a large portion of the eastern United States this weekend. Heavy rain, severe thunderstorms, strong winds, even snow in those northeastern areas. And again, we're going to see the rain tomorrow. That's what's breaking and trending here on the Joe Show this morning. It's 7:15. We've got the Big Daddy making his morning debut here on the Joe Show. It's brought to you by Stuart Powell Ford Lincoln Mazda on the 127 bypass in Danville. Take it away, Steve.
This Steve Bertram Sports Report is a service of Stuart Powell Ford Lincoln Mazda on the Danville bypass and online at stuartpowell.com.
Hi, this is Fred Sizemore, General Manager at Stuart Powell Ford Mazda, and we're excited to announce that our family Christmas meal drive is going on now. For every vehicle sold during this time, we'll donate a complete family Christmas meal to the Salvation Army in your name, ensuring that families in our community can enjoy a warm and hearty holiday feast. There's no better feeling than knowing that you made a difference in someone's life, and by choosing Stuart Powell Ford Mazda, you're doing just that.
Stuart Powell Ford Mazda in Danville.
Hello, Central Kentucky. I'm Steve Bertram with sports. Number 16 Kentucky's back in action tomorrow against Penn in the Wells Fargo Center in Philadelphia. Both teams have played St. Joseph's, and both those games went into overtime, with UK winning and Penn losing. The Quakers do own a win over Villanova. Pre-game shows begin at 10:30 tomorrow morning. Tip-offs at 12 noon. For Kentucky and Pennsylvania on Z105. Hometown Radio brings you a big district high school basketball matchup tonight as Danville Christian Academy visits Lincoln County in a girl-boy doubleheader. The girls tip off at 6, followed by the boys game around 7:40 on WHIR FM 103.9. In boys high school hoops last night, it was Paris 81, Danville 77 in overtime. Western Hills 69, Mercer County 55, Bryan Station 70, Garrett County 44, and Atlanta School for the Deaf 41, Kentucky School for the Deaf 12. In men's college action, North Carolina Greensboro got by Eastern Kentucky 87-85 in overtime. Bellarmine down to Berea College 98-59. In the NFL last night, former Western Kentucky quarterback Bailey Zappi threw 3 touchdown passes to lead New England past Pittsburgh 21-18. Patriots broke a 5-game losing streak to improve to 3-10, while the Steelers fall to 7-6. In the NCAA D1 volleyball tournament last night, Kentucky was eliminated by Arkansas 3-2. Louisville advanced to the Elite Eight with a 3-2 win over Creighton. U of L faces Pittsburgh in the regional finals tomorrow. And in the NAIA football semifinals tomorrow, 10-1 Georgetown College is at top-ranked and unbeaten Northwestern Iowa at 1 o'clock Saturday. That's sports. God bless America. I'm Steve Bertram on the Hometown Radio Network.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by
Danville Auto Body Shop. Top-of-the-line collision and auto body repair. Head to the mechanics at Danville Auto Body Shop, 315 Delahaye Street. Call ahead for an appointment, 236-2299, Danville Auto Body Shop. Sunshine, high of 60, a low of 50. Tomorrow, showers, thunderstorms are possible after 5 o'clock, a high of 63. This is the system we were just talking about in our breaking and trending segment. And then Sunday, rain showers are likely as well. Could see some snow on top of that. 7:20 in the morning, 42 degrees. On Friday, it is Danville Christmas Parade night. Yes, I didn't make the decision, though I understand why they did. But we, as in the city, we've made the decision to move the parade up 24 hours. No, they made the decision, and you understand why. And we just gave you the forecast. Saturday's going to be just miserable. So today's going to be perfect. You get sunshine. You get 60 degrees as a high. Can't beat that for parade weather. It's perfect. So coming out tonight, downtown Danville, 4 o'clock until 7. And we'll be having all kinds of live great events and activities here in downtown Danville. And then 7 o'clock is when the parade starts. And LaHanna told us when she was on 2 days ago on Wednesday that they had more than 80 entrants in the parade. So I know like people had basketball practice, like rec league basketball practice, and they're rearranging their practice times to allow their kids to be able to go to the parade tonight. So it's always one of the most anticipated events really all year long is the Danville Christmas Parade. So if you want to go to that, it is tonight, starts at 7 o'clock on Main Street in Danville. Hey, did you go by Chick-fil-A yesterday? I went yesterday. I caved in and went at about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, right? So I'm like I don't know if you call it a late lunch or an early dinner, but from where I'm up early in the morning and I don't eat when I'm on the air, typically I'm really hungry by like 1 or 2 in the afternoon, and that's when I started getting hungry. So I said, you know what? I'll go by Chick-fil-A. It's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Who eats lunch at 3 o'clock in the afternoon? Well, a lot of people were eating lunch at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. There was a long line, but they have it down pat. I was in and out and maybe in the drive-thru line in like 10 minutes, and there was probably 20 cars in front of me. I mean, they were slinging out sandwiches left and right yesterday. The inside of it was packed as well. So the reason I'm saying that is if you want to go to Chick-fil-A and you see the long line, don't let that deter you, because they get in and out of Chick-fil-A. They get you in and out real quick. They do a great job there. And we appreciate Chick-fil-A. And, you know, they were obviously advertising their opening here on the show, on the radio, across all 3 of our stations, and so we're happy to see them in town, and things going smoothly there, at least the first day at Chick-fil-A. Awesome news. All right, let's get Bluegrass Ride on here. We had a look inside a Christmas song earlier this morning in the 6 o'clock hour, but let's do it again. I like this segment. It's brought to you by Bluegrass Ride of Danville. It gives you the background story of different Christmas songs and how these songs came to be, what inspired the writers of these songs to write them, how they became famous. It's inside the Christmas stories of Christmas songs, brought to you by Bluegrass Ride of Danville.
Your new Bluegrass Ride Danville is pleased to bring you another inside story behind one of your favorite Christmas songs.
Francis Chick Power.
With an inside story behind a Christmas song.
Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful.
The song was written in July of 1945 by Mr. Sammy Kahn and Mr. Julie Stein. Although the song is recognized as one of the great Christmas standards, it was actually written to be a winter's love song. Here's Mr. Sammy Kahn.
Every song I write seems to have an anecdote, especially Let It Snow, Let It Snow, Let It Snow. The song was written with Mr. Julie Stein in the Edwin H. Morris Music Company in Hollywood on Vine Street on the hottest day of the year. It was so sweltering hot that I turned to Julie Stein and said, "Why don't we get out of here and go down to the beach and cool off?" And he said, "Why don't we stay here and write a winter song?" I went to the typewriter, and the first line I typed was, "Oh, the weather outside is frightful." And I type in a cadence, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. But the fire is so delightful. And since we've no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Always try to finish on a romantic note. I must tell you quite candidly, the first one who had that song was Frank Sinatra. It was brought to him first. He was in a recording studio with that song first, and he threw it away. It was then taken to Vaughn Monroe.
From the musicalsoundreview.com, I'm Francis Chick Powers.
Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
Everyone at Bluegrass Ride wish you and your family a blessed Christmas and a wonderful new year. Remember, Bluegrass Ride Danville offers free public transit in Danville. To find out where they take you, go to bluegrassride.org/Danville. That's bluegrassride.org/Danville. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from Bluegrass Ride Danville.
Hey, speaking of great holiday songs, here's another classic right here. There's no place like home for the holidays, says Perry Como.
Oh, there's no place like home.
A lot of people, especially younger adults, use vacation time in December to go home for the holidays. Here's the question. Does going home for the holidays actually count as a true vacation?
For the holidays you can't be.
What do you think? 34% of people say traveling home does not count as a vacation. In fact, 71% said they're probably going to need a vacation after all the family time they've had. Oh, come on. Most people stay with family or friends when they go back home, but 34% say they're planning to stay somewhere else, like a hotel, a bed and breakfast, or an Airbnb. Maybe staying in a new place is a hack that can make it feel more like a vacation. Some reasons people pick hotels include more space for themselves, they can relax and be taken care of, they can get some quiet time, and there are more amenities than they've had otherwise, and they don't want to sleep in their old childhood bed and room, maybe on top of it. A third of people say, no, traveling home for the holidays doesn't count as a vacation. It's almost like more of an obligation.
Oh, there's no place like home for the holidays.
7:27 in the morning. We appreciate you all traveling home in your radio dial to 103.9 FM WHIR Danville, your talk of the town for Danville and Boyle County.
Lawson's Tractor 2, your local Kubota equipment dealer, wants to help you deliver a job done right. That's why they want you to know that the new Kubota inventory is arriving daily. You have work to do. They have the reliability and durability and versatile lineup to help you do it all. Visit Lawson's Tractor 2 today for all your equipment needs. Lawson's Tractor 2, 4 miles south of Danville on Highway 127, open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturday, 8 to noon. Lawson's Tractor 2.
The 2024-25 FAFSA is changing. Students complete the FAFSA to apply for financial aid to help pay for college. What's changing? The FAFSA is more user-friendly, and more students will be eligible for aid than ever before. Because of the changes, the FAFSA may not be available until late December 2023. What's not changing? There's help. There are Kia counselors and others who are ready to help you complete the FAFSA. You're not in this alone. For more info, text MONEY to 1-800-928-8926. Brought to you by this station and the Kentucky Broadcasters Association.
Listen to us on your smart speaker. Just ask to play our call letters. WHIR.
Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? and how the reindeer loved him as they shouted out with glee. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, you'll go down in history.
Yeah, you will, old Rudy. All right, hey, look, Salvation Army. It's ringing the bell season. Red kettle season actually started the week of Thanksgiving, I believe, or a couple days after Thanksgiving, and they're still looking for bell ringers for this area. If you would like to donate some of your time and volunteer to ring the bell, you can do that by contacting the Salvation Army and Lieutenant Judah Irvin and Captain Alyssa Irvin, 859-236-4473. They love to have you aboard and help out the Red Kettle. 859-236-4473 or 270-903-4729, 270-903-4729 for the Salvation Army Red Kettle Drive. And also the angel trees are up at the local Walmarts as well, and you can help the Salvation Army out that way. Maybe you can't donate a whole lot of time to ring the bell, but you can do an angel tree or two. They'd love to have you do that too. 236-4473. Let's make Christmas a magical dream come true for some of our area kids who may not be able to experience that same magic without a little bit of our help. It's 7:30 in the morning. K&N has bottom hour news coming your way. Still have some tickets for EKU basketball versus Bethany College on Sunday. You want to go 238-9447. Phone lines are open.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Starting now, Lexington restaurants can start serving alcohol as early as 6 a.m. every day of the week. This following a 13-1 city council decision. Council member David Savini said during the meeting it's an economic development issue, highlighting Lexington as a tourist destination, which has a signature industry that includes bourbon. Answers need to be given after an audit of the Kentucky Community Technical College system reveals several problems. Kentucky.com reports the audit released Thursday found 5 issues with finance and accounting. The issues ranged from incorrect balances and overcharges to weak internal accounting. The former KCTCS president resigned in February. Larry Ferguson has been the acting president and requested the audit. Ferguson will hand over duties to Ryan Quarles, who takes office on January the 1st. A single vehicle crash in Lincoln County has claimed the life of a teenager. The Lincoln County Sheriff's Office says 19-year-old Jaden Post was killed around 7 a.m. on Friday morning on Kentucky Highway 198. Police say Post was driving a tractor-trailer hauling lumber when the truck left the roadway, overcorrected and flipped over. The Kentucky Department of Fish and Wildlife is confirming the first case of chronic wasting disease in the Commonwealth. The CDC reports the fatal disease affects deer, elk, reindeer, and moose. The disease can be transferred by fluids with either direct or indirect contact between animals and can spread quickly. The deer with the confirmed case was found by a hunter in Ballard County last month. Louisville women's volleyball defeating Creighton in the Sweet 16 of the NCAA tournament today. I'm Whitney Harris.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Do you have over $10,000 in credit card debt? If you're feeling the financial impact with unprecedented economic challenges, DebtBlue is here for you. With DebtBlue's Success Guarantee, you pay nothing unless your debt is reduced or completely resolved.
I'm just living sky high right now. I'm very thankful for it, and the team at DebtBlue are phenomenal. They're able to work with you. They're great.
Call for your free debt resolution information now. 800-200-6895. 800-200-6895.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? A man age 50 non-tobacco user can obtain $500,000 of coverage for as little as $110 per month. Level rate for 20 years. That's right, guaranteed level rate for 20 years. If you're a smoker, there are great rates available for you as well. Call Term Busters for a quote. 1-800-908-7636. You're probably paying more than you should. Call 1-800-908-7636. Remember, call Term Busters. 1-800-908-7636. Sample rate for preferred non-tobacco rate class exam.
Attention Kentucky students.
students. Do you want to win some extra cash? You can by entering the Secretary of State's annual essay and slogan contest. High school students are asked to write an essay, while middle schoolers submit a slogan. Information about the prompts and how to enter can be found at sos.ky.gov. That's sos.ky.gov. Do you want to win some extra cash? You can by entering the Secretary of State's annual essay and slogan contest. This ad is sponsored by the Kentucky Secretary of State's Office, Kentucky Broadcasters Association, and this station.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update.
Danville's Small Town Christmas has been moved up 24 hours after expected rain showers in the forecast nearly all day for Danville tomorrow. The Danville Small Town Christmas Festival and the parade will now happen tonight. All the same activities that were scheduled for Saturday will happen instead today from 4 o'clock until 7. Those activities will then lead us up to the parade, which starts tonight at 7 o'clock on Main Street. Officials have released the name of the person killed in a tractor-trailer accident yesterday in Lincoln County. It happened around 7 o'clock in the morning on Kentucky Highway 198, where the Lincoln County Sheriff's Office says 19-year-old Jaden Post was driving a tractor-trailer when it overturned. The Sheriff's Office says that Post was hauling lumber when she ran off the roadway, overcorrected the trailer, and flipped it to the opposite side of the road. The road remained closed for hours following the accident as officials cleared the scene. Today is the release of a brand new Wilderness Trail Distillery bourbon. Today, Wilderness Trail Distillery will release a brand new 10-year aged bourbon. The bourbon being sold was barreled in 2013 and will go on sale today with a twofold celebration. Bottles go on sale this morning and then a party at the Visitor Center tonight. Wilderness Trail is on Lebanon Road. Just over a year after the shooting of a Nicholasville man who was undergoing a mental health episode, Nicholasville police say they will hire a social worker to their force. Family members of 22-year-old Desmond LeDuc say they felt that the presence of heavily armed Special Response Team officers escalated the situation that led to LeDuc's death. Those SRT officers showed up about an hour after police officers were already on scene trying to talk LeDuc out of that house. Recently, Nicholasville police posted a social worker listed on their website. The department said that the person will help with crisis intervention, short-term counseling, and advocacy. Reporting for the Hometown Radio Network, I'm Joe Mathis.
Hi, this is Jenny at the Danville Nutrition Center. At the Nutrition Center, we strive to help our customers achieve optimal health. From our high-quality collagen proteins to our immune system support vitamins, we are here to help you and your family stay healthy all throughout the year. We provide locally raised, free-range meats, eggs, and fresh milk and organic produce boxes delivered weekly. Your locally owned Danville Nutrition Center is here to serve you. Visit us at 802 South 4th Street in Danville. Danville Nutrition Center, big enough to serve, small enough to care.
The Hometown Radio Network sports broadcast schedule brought to you by Monticello Bank. Some early 45th District basketball action on Friday night. It's a girl-boy doubleheader as Danville Christian Academy is at Lincoln County. 6 o'clock for the girls' game. The boys' game follows that on 103.9 FM, WHIR Danville. On Saturday, Kentucky host Penn. A game being played in Philadelphia. It's a 12 noon tip-off on that one. 10:30 pregame on Z105.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by...
Thank you there, Jack. It's brought to you by Dexter and Reitmeyer Insurance, your local independent insurance agency. Proudly representing the Auto Owners Insurance Company. Call Mark or Chris. They would love to give you a free quote. Dexter and Reitmeyer Insurance, 236-6686. Sunshine, a high today of 60, a low tonight 50. Again, a fairly windy day tonight as well, today and tonight. But, again, temperatures are great. The Danville Small Town Christmas Festival tonight from 4 o'clock until 7. The parade starts tonight at 7 o'clock. Tomorrow, rain showers, really after 5 o'clock, and it's just going to hammer us from that point on. 63 is the high, a low tomorrow night of 40 on Sunday, rain and snow showers, and a high of 47. Right now it's 7:37 in the morning, and our phone number to call in, we'd love to have you part of the show, is 238-9447. That's 238-WHIR. So, about 2 years ago, my son Jack woke up one morning and could not walk, as in he couldn't, bear weight on one of his legs. So we went to the doctor. The doctor sent us to UK Hospital. UK Hospital released him. Things didn't get better, so we went to Cincinnati Children's Hospital. And still, he had a high fever, had trouble walking. Come to find out, it was a Osteomyelitis is what they call that. It's a bone infection. He had an infection in like a little 3-inch part of his knee on his right leg, which was causing all of his issues, and we had no idea. You can't see an infection in the bone. We didn't know till symptoms set in, right? So we went to Cincinnati Children's Hospital. What a phenomenal location and hospital and staff they have there. It was ranked recently #1 in the nation in children's hospitals, and to have that at least close enough nearby to be able to drive through is awesome. But long story short, when I was walking through there 2 years ago, just walking to get breakfast one morning, I was walking to the cafeteria. I looked down, and I saw a radio studio that was set up inside the children's hospital. It had its own radio station. And Ryan Seacrest is the one who put that together. And for those that don't know, Ryan Seacrest has built actual radio studios inside 14 children's hospitals, one of those being in Cincinnati. I was so confused. I was like, here I am, 2.5 hours away from the Hometown Radio Network studios, and there's still a studio following me. I can't get away from it. And the most recent one he built was in Salt Lake City. Now, there's a reason why he does this. He says the purpose to building these radio studios inside children's hospitals is to provide an outlet for pediatric patients to learn new media, experiment with radio broadcasting, and just to have something to look forward to during their hospital stays, which I am all for exposing kids to radio. When I was in middle school and high school, I knew like I was starting to trend toward wanting to be in radio, and I had no outlet. You can't just be on the radio wherever you are. You have to kind of go through all of these processes to be on the radio, right? So to be able to expose kids and have them be involved in media is awesome. So I love this idea. So the question now, why is Ryan Seacrest, after all this success on TV, why is he still a big believer in radio? There's a reason why. He says, quote, this is Ryan Seacrest's quote now, "The first job that I ever had where I got a paycheck was from a radio station, and that was when I was 16 years old. So I've come into a studio every day of my life forever. And it's just something that's such a part of my DNA. And I think, honestly, that there is a lot of value in the camaraderie and the companionship that one can establish through audio and through radio, which I 100% agree with." He adds, quote, "There's a real intimacy and an unvarnished presentation to live radio that I love. And I think there's a lot of value in that frequent connective moment with an audience. And it's something that I've built over time and want to continue to do that. It's much different than presentation on television where it's highly produced, in many cases very rehearsed." And that's, again, right. Like you get on TV, you kind of know what your script is, you know what you're going to say. I come in every morning on this show, and I kind of have an outline of where things are going to go, but I have no idea what stories are going to pop up. I had no idea I'd be talking about this right now. He says radio is different, and it's something that I would just wake up every morning with a smile on my face thinking, I get to do it again today. An awesome kind of testimony from Ryan Seacrest about why he continues to love radio and put radio studios inside children's hospitals to allow these kids to be able to get involved in radio, get involved in this new media, and experiment with radio broadcasting. It's 7:42 in the morning. We'd love to have you on the show. 238-9447 is the phone number to call in. 238-WHIR. Wonder how that Chick-fil-A line is looking today here on day number 2. This is an interesting story. Let's go to Nevada for this story. There is a tiny Nevada, they call themselves a micronation. So they have, I guess really it's like a city, but they have their own set of rules there in this quote-unquote micronation in Nevada. And only 38 people live in this micronation. But they have a lot of interesting rules. So like here in Kentucky, we have that old law that says you can't carry an ice cream cone in your back pocket. Right? It's one of those, blue laws or something. It's not enforced anymore, but it's still on the books. Well, here in Nevada, in this micronation, they actually enforce some of these rules and laws. Like, for example, you can be jailed for possession of onions and spinach. It's against the law to have onions and spinach in this tiny little area in Nevada. Which begs the question, could we make a TV show based on the 911 calls that come out of this city. Maybe so.
Coming up on Onions and Spinach 911. Real stories about real onions and real spinach.
911, what's your emergency?
Yeah, you gotta help me. I'm at the grocery store, and they sell onions here. Real onions.
We'll send somebody out right away.
You won't want to miss these thrilling tales of onion and spinach-related crimes.
911, what's your emergency?
It's me again, and guess what else they have in the produce section? You'll never believe it.
Spinach?
Yes, please help us. Help us.
We're sending a SWAT team, and we're going to shut that place down.
It's all coming up on Onions and Spinach 911. Don't miss it.
All right, coming up in 5 minutes, Lahana Bogdanovsky from the Danville Small Town Christmas Festival and Parade is going to join us live via telephone. Again, that entire event has been moved up to tonight. So we're going to touch base with Lahana, and if there's any last-minute details that she needs to make sure you all know about coming to the festival tonight, she's going to lay those out at about 7:50 this morning right here on The Joe Show on WHIR Danville. We keep you updated what's going on in the Danville-Boyle County area on your Talk of the Town, News Talk Sports, WHIR. Before we hit this next commercial break, I assume Linda's not calling in this morning, so let's give you some random facts.
Get the top price for your livestock. Take them to the Bluegrass South Livestock Market, where they have drop-off hours to fit the busy farmer's needs, selling your livestock a profitable and a pleasant experience. Save the hassle of a long haul. Sell your livestock at the Bluegrass South Livestock Market, 277 Courtier Road in Stanford. Call Bluegrass South Livestock Market at 606-365-0665. Bluegrass South Livestock Market in Stanford.
Here we go. Fact number 1 on our random facts list today, brought to you by Bluegrass South Livestock Market. In December of 2014, People magazine selected its first and only sexiest woman alive. Her name was Kate Upton. Kate Upton actually took some time off acting after marrying Justin Verlander, the pitcher for the Houston Astros now. He was with the Astros, then went to the Mets, then went back to the Astros. Kate Upton was named the first and only sexiest woman alive by People magazine. Number 2, the steakhouse chain Smith & Walensky, which I've never heard of in my life. They got its name when the founder opened up the phone book and randomly picked 2 people's last names. The founder was actually a guy named Alan Stillman, and no one named Smith or Walensky was ever involved in the steakhouse chain. Number 3, the 100 Years' War between England and France really lasted 116 years. It went from 1337 to 1453, 116 years, so a little over 100. Number 4, the presidential election that had the highest voter turnout ever happened in 1876, where 82.6% of eligible Americans that could vote voted. It was also the smallest margin of victory ever, where everyone's favorite president, Rutherford B. Hayes, beat everyone's would-be favorite president, Samuel Tilden, by only 1 electoral vote, with 82.6% of eligible voters casting their vote in 1876. And number 5, this is a random fact that we talked about with James actually yesterday. Otis Redding, who sang this popular song, Sitting on the Dock of the Bay, died in a plane crash in 1967, only 3 days after he recorded this smash hit. And that's what's gone on this date, December the 8th, in random fact history for you. 7:47. Lahana, coming on here next.
Sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time. I left my home in Georgia.
Boyle County's our home, so let's keep it clean.
No need to worry where you can dispose of your deep fryer cooking oil. Used cooking oil is accepted at Ghost Pike Convenience Center for all Boyle County residents. Waste cooking oil collected is recycled into biodiesel fuel. The Ghost Pike Convenience Center is open Monday through Saturday, 7 to 5.
Boyle County's our home, so let's keep it clean.
Come to a place where you feel needed. At Essential Needs, their focus is on massages, but they know when you feel good, you'll feel better And you'll look good, too. Essential Needs has facial and hair services starting at $45 and massages starting at $55. They offer cool retail items for unique gift giving and, of course, gift cards on Fox Harbor Drive in Danville. Set up your appointment, 859-583-7497. Essential Needs wishes you a happy spa-holiday.
Hello, Central Kentucky. I'm Steve Bertram with sports. Number 16 Kentucky's back in action tomorrow against Penn in the Wells Fargo Center in Philadelphia. Both teams have played St. Joseph's, and both those games went into overtime, with UK winning and Penn losing. The Quakers do own a win over Villanova. Pre-game shows begin at 10:30 tomorrow morning. Tip-offs at 12 noon. For Kentucky and Pennsylvania on Z105. Hometown Radio brings you a big district high school basketball matchup tonight as Danville Christian Academy visits Lincoln County in a girl-boy doubleheader. The girls tip off at 6, followed by the boys game around 7:40 on WHIR-FM 103.9. In boys high school hoops last night, it was Paris 81, Danville 77 in overtime. Western Hills 69, Mercer County 55, Bryan Station 70, Garrett County 44, and Atlanta School for the Deaf 41, Kentucky School for the Deaf 12. In men's college action, North Carolina Greensboro got by Eastern Kentucky 87-85 in overtime. Bellarmine down to Berea College 98-59. In the NFL last night, former Western Kentucky quarterback Bailey Zappi threw 3 touchdown passes to lead New England past Pittsburgh 21-18. Patriots broke a 5-game losing streak to improve to 3-10, while the Steelers fall to 7-6. In the NCAA D1 volleyball tournament last night, Kentucky was eliminated by Arkansas 3-2. Louisville advanced to the Elite Eight with a 3-2 win over Creighton. U of L faces Pittsburgh in the regional finals tomorrow. And in the NAIA football semifinals tomorrow, 10-1 Georgetown College is at top-ranked and unbeaten Northwestern Iowa at 1 o'clock Saturday. That's sports. God bless America. I'm Steve Bertram on the Hometown Radio Network.
Nothing is better than Christmas, and nothing is better than Christmas earlier than expected. Due to inclement weather expected on Saturday with lots of rain in the forecast, the Danville Small Town Christmas Festival and Small Town Christmas Parade has been moved up 24 hours to Friday. All the same fun activities scheduled for Saturday will instead happen on Friday. Face painting, cookies and hot cocoa with Santa. It's Friday on Main Street from 4, leading us right up into the Christmas Parade at 7 o'clock. Don't miss it. The Danville Small Town Christmas is Friday from 4 until 7, with the parade starting at 7 o'clock on Main Street in Danville.
Talk Kentucky Sports, weekday mornings at 10 with Matt Jones and Kentucky Sports Radio, right here on AM 1230 WHIR.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by...
Well, that's nice of you, Jack. Brought to you by Dexter and Reitmeyer Insurance, your local independent insurance agency. Proudly representing the Auto Owners Insurance Company. Call Mark or Chris, and they'd love to give you a free quote, 236-6686. All right, you get sunshine today and a high today of 62. Little bit of a breeze at some points today, but we can handle that for what's going to be a great evening for the Danville Small Town Christmas Festival and Danville Small Town Christmas Parade. The reason why it's moved up 24 hours, because you look at tomorrow's forecast. Nasty day overall. 63 is the high, but you get rain showers just peppering us practically all day long on Saturday. On Sunday, rain showers and some snow showers and some thunder mixed in there as well on Sunday. What a weird day of weather. Right now it's 7:52 in the morning, and we are happy to have on the telephone LaHanna from the Danville Small Town Christmas Festival. Hey, LaHanna, what's going on with you this morning?
Not much. It's been a little bit of a whirlwind trying to up things, but you know what? We're making it work, and we're getting super duper excited.
Yes, excited about tonight. Look, we understand when you look at the weather forecast what tomorrow brings, and the reason why you needed to move it up about 24 hours. So, LaHanna, the original schedule had events from about 12 to 5 on Saturday in downtown Danville, then the parade starting off at 6. Tell us what today's schedule will look like with everything pushed up to today now. Give us a rundown of what's going on today.
So with everything pushed up today, Danville Small Town Christmas events are going to begin at 4 o'clock at Whizziger Park and on Main Street. Those are the same events with Santa, the bounce houses, ornament making, things of that sort. And then the parade is going to begin at 7 p.m. this evening.
Okay, so
from 4 to 7.
Okay, so 4 to 7 with the parade at 7 o'clock. Still going to be street closures and things for the festival from 4 to 7?
So the street closures are going to come around the 6 o'clock stand, around that time. So from 4 o'clock until around that time, you're going to find every activity, your vendor's village and all of that, right near that stage at the courthouse in Whizziger Park. There's going to be tents all throughout there.
I know that we were excited as well, Hannah, when we talked 2 days ago about the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile. Is that going to be able to come still 24 hours earlier?
Unfortunately, I cannot say to that one. We are waiting just for a minute, and hopefully they are able to switch up their schedule too so they can avoid the rain, but we will know shortly on that one.
Well, look, the weather today is supposed to be great. Sunny and 60 is the high. Tomorrow was, as I mentioned, it was just going to be a washout. And you had the rain last Saturday, and it was at least where it was light enough and tolerable enough where we could still come out. But tomorrow was just looking like it was just no way it was going to happen. And we know that you all wanted to have it on Saturday, but you had to make the decision to push it up, and we understand why. And I think everyone, when we see the weather, what's going to happen tomorrow, is going to be appreciative of the fact that you all did push it up 24 hours, Lahanna.
Yes, and that was a very hard decision because we know that so many in our community have worked hard and they have made plans to be here with us on Saturday, but then it was either cancel or reschedule it. And so we pulled the trigger. We chose to reschedule, and we hope that those who can come and we're able to rearrange can. And we also know there are tons of other events going on this evening. Like I know Danville High School, they are doing a fundraiser for their choir. They want to send them to New York City, which is amazing. And so there will still be some that need to support that, of course. So for those that can, we will be there. For everyone else, we are rooting for you.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a great Christmas parade and a very good day celebrating with the community.
Well, you told us 2 days ago that you knew of at least 80 entrants that were going to be in the parade. So hopefully all those same people can make it out tonight, and we're hoping for a fun time tonight, Lahanna. And again, this is free. It's open to the public. You are encouraged to attend. The reason it's free is because, as Lahanna has mentioned so many times on the air, she wanted to make sure that there was a festival here in Danville, that you didn't have to drive out of town to experience a great Christmas festival, number one. And number two, that everyone could come regardless of financial status. And so all of this, Lahanna, is free, and you want everybody in the community to come out and enjoy this.
Yes, absolutely. Come and hang out with us, make some ornaments, get your hot chocolate, see Santa. It'll be a blast.
Going to be a blast. You have inflatables for tonight as well?
I do, and that was the big thing, moving it to today, because tomorrow was calling for windstorms, and that just did not sound like a good picture.
Yeah, you don't want inflatables flying across Main Street. So we're going to have the inflatables. Again, those are free. Face painting, as Lahanna said, you get hot cocoa and cookies with Santa, writing letters to Santa, and the Christmas parade, which starts tonight at 7 o'clock. It's Danville Small Town Christmas Festival. Lahanna, we appreciate you, all the great work that you've done in putting this thing on, and I look forward to seeing you tonight, okay?
Thanks so much, Joe. We'll see you then.
Mm-hmm. Bye. That's Lahanna with the Danville Small Town Christmas. If you want to kind of follow along, and maybe you're listening to this conversation we just had and saying, wait a minute, when is this happening? What's the schedule? If you're on Facebook, go to Danville's Small Town Christmas on Facebook, and they'll have all the different schedule changes and what's going to be going on tonight. Just look up Danville's Small Town Christmas on Facebook. 7:57. What's going on with Dusty today?
Well, I can tell from the last time it happened, what was that, the 9th?
Yes. No, that was the 2nd.
The 2nd. So the 2nd, my boys and I went out after our Christmas play rehearsal, and it was awesome.
Yeah,
she is. Lahanna has done a fantastic job of putting it all together. I know that it was the first time, and so she's a little running around or whatever, but my boys loved it. There was like a train they got to ride on. They got their face painted. They enjoyed Coco. They got to see Santa. They played in the bounce houses. There was even a vendor that had these little Lego minifigs or whatever that they're called, and he had a Zelda one. And
like
of course,
a Zelda Lego.
Yeah. And so, or a Link Lego, rather.
Yeah, it was Link. Yeah, Link's the main one, the main guy.
And so my boys loved that. They just had a great time over there. She has done a fantastic job. And, I mean, it is hectic trying to bring in all those vendors and trying to move everything up a day on such a short notice. But like you said, it's the best call. And she has just done a fantastic job. And I know that she is. But
give it up for Lana.
Right. She has done an awesome job. And it is truly a great event. We are looking forward to it tonight as well.
Good.
To go out there, and it's just it's like live music, everything. It was just a nice little small town Christmas.
Dusty has been clamoring for more downtown Danville festivals.
Absolutely, and this one's perfect because, like she said, it's not like one of those you have to go and then like there's like all these different trucks that you have to spend money on and everything like that. It's like, no, you can go there, you can get free hot cocoa.
You can spend as much or as little money as you want.
Exactly. And it's just a nice, like, you can just stand in line and sit on. They had a Claus and a Mrs. Claus. They had both. It was wild. I've never seen the couple. I've only seen like the
You usually
Santa.
just see Santa.
Yeah.
I mean, Mrs. Claus, she does like all the paperwork, I think.
Right.
So she's usually the one back, planning out Santa's route while Santa, she does all the background work and Santa gets all the notoriety.
He gets all the credit.
Yeah. So tonight, 4 o'clock until 7. The parade starts at 7 o'clock. Make sure you go out, bring the kids out, and go to Danville Small Town Christmas Festival.
It was a fantastic event, and looking forward to it tonight.
Dusty with 2 thumbs up. All right, it's 7:59, 30 seconds away from our top hour news, and we'll talk more with Dusty coming up after this.
You need a stopper at the new Papa's Quick Stop for some knickknacks, gas and snacks, breakfast, lunch, and fried chicken with a bone. Papa's Quick Stop has a loyalty program, fast way to earn on every purchase you make. A swipe of your card is all it takes. Come see what they've done to the new place at Papa's Quick Stop. Come try their great breakfast, lunch specials, and save on all your gas, snacks, beer, and much, much more. Hey, Papa, can you stop at the Quick Stop in Danville, across from the fairgrounds? Now offering the full Candleberry collection. Candleberry at Papa.
This is the talk of the town, AM 1230, and now on FM 103.9, WHIR Danville, powered by Kentucky WiMAX.
It's 8 o'clock. NBC News Radio, I'm Michael Kastner. Hunter Biden is being indicted on 9 tax-related charges, including 3 felony counts. Brian Shook with more.
The charges were filed Thursday in a federal court in Los Angeles. Biden allegedly failed to pay and file taxes, filed a fraudulent form, and evaded an assessment. The indictment also alleges that the president's son lived an extravagant lifestyle instead of pay his taxes. If convicted, he faces a maximum of 17 years in prison. I'm Brian Shook.
The U.S. is criticizing Israel for the growing civilian death toll in Gaza. At a press conference Thursday, Secretary of State Antony Blinken said it remains imperative that Israel put a premium on civilian protection. He says he wants to see improvements in a number of areas.
Not only having these safe areas, but making sure that the communications are such that people
their 4th consecutive state, and their 12th overall.
While I tell of you.
What's up, guys? This is Cool Kenny G with 12th Region Sports, and this is your 12th Region Sports update on WHIR, The Joe Show. And the Bull County Rebels have won their 4th. That's right, their 4th consecutive state title, and their 12th overall. Bull County dominated from the beginning of the season to the very end. And listen, they will have a real shot at winning another one next year. Let's also shout out Avery Bodner and Sage Dawson, as they have both been named finalists for Kentucky's Mr. Football. Congrats on a great season, guys. It's basketball season in the Bluegrass State, and 12th Region Sports has went all in. Who are our top 3 or 4 boys and girls teams right now? On the boys' side, it's hard not to put DCA at number 1. Not many teams have a 7-footer in the paint. DCA has a tough schedule as well. Coach Story knows this team has a real chance at the end, so he wants them to be tested come tournament time. Wayne is big and they are tough. A lot of people have them as their 12th region favorite early. Kendall Phillips is a dynamic player, and I'm eager to see Wayne County in person very, very soon to see if they pass the eye test. Mercer is extremely well coached, and they look a lot different this year. They have a new coach and a new system, but man, have they come out extremely hot. Trevor Ellis is a double-double machine, and Owen Barnes can score the basketball. But let's not forget about the Mercer County girls. They have Anna Drakeford and Sarah Dunn returning from the defending region champ team. Just like last year, this team may not look the part early, but teams will not want to play them come tournament time. Look for these girls to get better as the season goes and progresses. Don't overlook them. The unanimous favorite in the preseason was the Pulaski County Maroons. I still think they are number one. Right now, they have the experience and they have the toughness. Plus they have Sydney Martin. Sydney Martin will be in the running for 12th Region Player of the Year. Well, but what about Rockcastle coming in at number 2? Rockcastle is a very tough team, a very good team, and they're a team to watch out for. They are very well coached, and they have a great two-way player in Talon Shearer. She will average a double-double this season. That Rockcastle-Pulaski district matchup will be a fun one to watch, and I promise you 12th Region Sports will be there. This has been your 12th Region Sports Update. Thank you guys for tuning in. Until next time, Kenny G out.
you go. Go tell it on the mountain, Zach Williams. Let me ask you this, Dusty, because
All right.
I've been chewing and stewing on this now since we talked about Lexington Opera House and Norton Center.
Okay.
What would you say was a more prestigious place to play? Because one is double the size than the other. But one just has Lexington in front of it.
True.
Now, I know size isn't everything, like...
That's true, Joe. That's very true. Thank you.
But the Grand Ole Opry, I'm sure, doesn't hold as many as some other stadiums,
right.
But as a country musical artist,
right.
you'd rather play Grand Ole
Or like
Opry.
the Ryman, right?
Yes, the Ryman Auditorium.
Yeah,
or
that's
something.
historically great. And so it's like one of those, but that doesn't hold a lot of people at all.
But like, what do you think is the most famous act that's ever played Lexington Opera House and compared to Norton Center? Norton Center's got to be Dolly, right?
Oh, yeah, Dolly Parton is, yes. So, Dolly Parton, yeah.
Dolly's got to be the most famous person that's ever played Norton Center.
Yeah.
So compare that to, do you think someone on Dolly's level has ever played the Lexington Opera House?
Yeah, I think so.
You think someone on Dolly's level?
Yeah.
She's one of the most well-known musical artists ever.
Yes.
Iconic and still going strong. Do you think someone like that has played the Lexington Opera House?
Yeah. I mean, throughout its history, probably, because, it's probably older than the Norton Center, I'd imagine. I think it's been through some renditions, like they've had to redo it a few times. As far as prestige goes, I mean, the Norton Center is also well known for the debates, and it has like different different events that come to it. Versus like the Opera House, it has like plays and stuff like that. But I feel like the Opera House, I mean, no offense to the Norton Center, but I feel like the Opera House does a little bit better job of picking, of booking, right?
Well, part of that probably has to do with the fact that it's got Lexington in front of it.
Well, yeah, because it has a larger population to pull from, so they can it's on a guaranteed night. Like Norton Center has to compete with the fact that it's like every Friday night they can't do something during football season, especially in this town, right? Like what are you gonna do? Like that's a hard pull. That's even hard for like even the restaurants and other things around here to have events on a weekend because of football season and stuff. I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but I'm just saying that's what you have to compete with around.
Okay, the Opera House opened in 1887.
Okay,
so it does have many more years to where it could pull. It's been open longer. So you look at the history. So here's some of the most famous acts that have been at the Lexington Opera House.
Okay.
You tell me if you've heard of these people. Al Jolson. Never heard of the guy. He's a singer.
Well, I mean, like, was that like back when it opened?
His picture's in black and white.
Okay, yeah. Okay. I was like, was I even born then?
All right, here's another one. W.C. Fields.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of W.C. Fields.
Will Rogers.
Yeah, I know who Will Rogers is.
You've heard of this next guy.
Yeah.
This may be their most famous one. Eric Wise, who we know better as Harry Houdini.
He performed at the Opera House?
Houdini apparently performed at the Opera House.
Okay, well, that's pretty good, right? Like, I know we had the vice presidential debates there at the Norton Center, but you got Houdini at the Opera House.
Yeah, but, like, how long ago was that?
I mean,
when did Houdini die? Houdini died in 1926.
So
like our grandparents probably weren't even born when he performed at the Opera House. I'm not even counting that.
Well, yeah, but that's still like there's some history there.
You had to wear suits to go out in public back then. People were wearing suits to baseball games back then.
And Rupp-Arena, right?
Rupp-Arena,
yeah, where they could smoke in there.
Look, all I'm saying, I'm trying to say is that the Norton Center's better than the Opera House. That's my argument.
Okay, I agree in the acoustics. Like Norton Center acoustically is fabulous. There's not a bad seat in that house, right?
No, it's awesome.
Yeah, the Opera House has some like poles, so there's some what is it, obstructed view seats, I think is what it's called, right?
Do you pay less for the tickets in those seats?
I don't think so. I don't think they care.
So you like sit behind a big pillar, a big column, and you just can't see anything?
It's a small pole. It's not a big column, but it is a small pole because we ended up around those we saw the Elf musical there with my wife. But I think, I don't know, like, I think the issue, okay, so when I was talking about earlier, like, your acts versus the space, I think that's what the Norton Center has a problem with. It's because they probably have to book a larger act because they have larger seats or more amount to fill up. Now, you have to compete with the fact that, okay, larger acts usually cost more because they're a larger act, and then will it fill up? And then if it doesn't, now you're in trouble because you've spent the money for it, and then nobody came to it, and now you're like, well, that's not a good time for the house.
But on that same perspective, the tickets are going to cost less at Norton Center because there's more seats.
You would hope,
Imagine if Dolly went to the Opera House, 800 seats. How much do you think a per seat would cost? And it's going to sell out. It's sold out Norton Center, so it's going to sell out.
But the other issue you have with the ticket is that like the tickets get all bought up, and so the Opera House.
Dusty's got to get on his,
exactly.
his soapbox here.
Yeah, but the Opera House will sell all the tickets to the bots for half the cost, and the bots will triple it and then charge you a service fee. But that's an issue. I don't know, because would you rather go to a sold out event rather than an event that has like 1/4 of the people or half?
I don't know. I don't like messing with people, so I think I'd rather go to the non-sold out event.
That's true, but whenever you go,
if you're an artist, I'd obviously rather. If you're getting if you're getting the same amount of money, you'd still rather see more people in the audience than a quarter of a fool, still knowing you're making the same money.
And that's the other thing. Like that's what I think the Norton Center has the biggest problem with. It's like the size of the acts, but the population you have to pull from is less than Lexington's 3 times as many people as Danville, maybe 4.
Oh, 4. Mm.
Yeah, and so it's like you have a smaller venue.
No, wait, Danville's got how many? About 17,000? It's got a lot more than Lexington. Probably has 10 times the amount of people Danville does.
Okay, so you're about half the size of the house, right?
Uh-huh.
You have 10 times the amount of people to pull from. So it's like you can book Lady A because they're a larger act, but you're going to sell out because you have 10 times the people, versus you have twice the size of the house and 10 times less the people. So now you're asking more of your audience to travel, and they just don't want to do that. Parking's not ideal around there either. That's the other thing. But it's not ideal in Lexington. That's the other, yeah. Parking costs you probably about $25 in Lexington no matter where you go. It's just, this is what people have to struggle with. It's not the fact that it's like, oh, we'll just go out and, book somebody I like. It's like, it's not that easy.
Not that easy.
Yeah. And so they do their best, and I think they're doing a better job than what they've been doing, because it's like, there's so many orchestras that I don't want to see.
Well, it's the same thing at the Opera House, though.
No, I think the Opera House was ahead of the Norton Center on some of that stuff.
Look, they've got orchestras coming.
Yeah, but
the Black Jacket Symphony.
Here's the other thing that you could do at the Opera House that you can't do in Danville. You can book, I don't want to say riskier events, but you could book a comic at the Opera House, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true.
Right? Because you could 800 seats a comic for the Opera House. There was actually a comic on Netflix that recorded her special
at the Opera House.
At the Opera House,
that's cool,
right? You couldn't do that at the Norton Center. You couldn't even book the same comic because it wouldn't feel the same. It would feel almost empty.
Well, you could do it at the Wizziger Theater.
Well, but then you shrink it down to 300?
350.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So you could definitely do that there, and I think that would be a good move because that at least brings you some. But you can't have competing acts on the same nights either. There's a lot of stuff that goes into it that a lot of people just don't think about.
Well, the main thing that I'm seeing, Dusty, is because it has Lexington in front of it, people think that it's bigger and better. And I've been off this bandwagon for a long time. Do you know how much I don't like going to Lexington? The one thing I'll go to Lexington for is to go watch UK. But everything that I need is in this town. I don't understand why people have this mindset of because it's small town, we got to go to the big city. Stop it.
I think Tyler Childers has the lyric. It's like Lexington's a big city, but not so big. I'm afraid of it or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think there's a part of that. Lexington's the biggest small town you'll ever know, because even for a big city in Kentucky, if you spread it out, even in the United States, it's not that.
It's not big at all.
And so. There's that big town aspect. There's you don't run into people, because I think that's another thing. If you go out, Joe, and you're sitting there, and I'm not saying you drink or not, but if you were sitting there having a beer and somebody's like, do you see Joe Mathis over there? I think he's on the radio. Is he having a beer? And then they're gonna call people, and they're gonna be like, does his dad know he's here, right? And then but you can get away with that in Lexington. The funny thing is so Asbury has a clause that if you work for Asbury, you cannot drink, period. Right? Except for I'd be at Trivia's, and I would see Asbury professors drinking in Lexington because they can go to Lexington, they can go down the street and disappear among the crowd.
You're not going to call them out by name now, are you?
No.
Okay.
that was 10 or 12 years ago, so they're probably all gone. But I mean, but there's an aspect to that, right? There's a feel for that. Like you can go to Lexington and kind of get lost in the big city, and you don't have like people calling your parents, or you run into like. What is it? There should be a reality show where it's like a Fear Factor. You're in a dingy grocery store and you run into high school people from 20 years ago that you've never like spoken to.
And you don't know what to say to them.
And you don't know exactly like right? Isn't that like a thing? Like you don't want to do that. And
no, I will say this though. Like Danville is getting to the point where not that it's getting so big,
right?
But I go and look. I've grown. I grew up here. I was gone for 4.5 years at college, but minus the 4.5 years, I've lived here my whole life.
Yeah, same here. Yeah.
Son of the pastor at First Baptist Church in Danville, graduate of Danville High School.
Classic hometown fella.
The classic hometown story.
Yeah.
And I'll go into Walmart, and I won't know a single soul.
That's true.
And these people look my age.
Right.
I'll go out to eat, and I won't know a single soul, and these people are my age. I've told Rebecca, who are these? Where are these people coming from?
I say that a lot, too. It's like, I don't know any of these
like,
people,
how did
right?
these people find their way to Danville? So I still think that there's that ability to get lost in Danville, but, I mean, and there's always a chance you'll run into somebody you know because you've grown up here. But, like, I go places all the time. I went to Chick-fil-A yesterday. I saw 1,000 people and didn't know a single soul.
Chick-fil-A is going to draw from Casey, Lincoln, all those. And so there's a lot of that aspect. But that's what you want to do as a event space as well, as you want to draw from all those people. I mean, Danville is growing, and I think it's doing a lot better as far as the live music scene and nightlife and stuff of that nature. I think we're stepping up our game, but it's just like if you just can't. Lexington is just another level. Like it's just different. I think in Lexington there's also better food choices for one thing.
See,
like
I mean there are more restaurants because it's a bigger city, but you don't have to go to Lexington to eat. I've heard people say that I got to go to Lexington to eat at a restaurant. Do you realize how many restaurants we have here now?
We have a lot of restaurants. I get you that, and most of them are great.
You could eat at a Mexican restaurant every day for a month and not touch the same one about.
Well, Drake's has sushi now, so that's not a good. But if I want Korean food, where am I going to Danville?
First of all, what exactly is Korean food?
I think it's a. I always mispronounce it, like a beam boom bop, I think is what it's called. It's a stone bowl.
Okay, you're not going anywhere in Danville to get a beam boom bop.
Right?
That's not happening.
And so, but if I want that, or if I want like a Thai food, is there a Thai food place here? Right? There's no Thai food here. If I want like an all-you-can-eat sushi.
You have to go to Lexington for that.
Yeah.
But you can still get. You don't have to go gluttonous on us, Dusty. You can get sushi here.
I know, but I'm just saying, like there's more. Plus, there's more events. There's always something going on in Lexington. Like if I want to go tonight, I have the option of the Christmas event, which is going to be awesome, and I have kids, and so that's probably what I'm likely leaning towards is the small town Christmas event. But what else is happening tonight?
I don't know.
Exactly.
I don't know what's going on in Lexington though either.
Yeah, but
you're just going to just drive up to a random place and see what's happening? You could do that here.
No, but you can also find out that information like real easy, and it's just like there's always something going down, and if you don't like it, now you can just like walk down the street and go to something else.
Well, I don't know. I just don't. It is what
you're just not a city fella. You just
I'm just not. I mean, there's plenty of things to do here.
Now granted, I'm not. I'm of the age now where it's like, no, I kind of want to go to bed at 9 o'clock versus.
Well, that too. I'm 34 years old,
right.
not 24 anymore.
Yeah, and so
I'm not craving to do stuff.
Exactly, and so there's that aspect, but it's also I don't know. They have like what Center has is a bubble, and you have to break out of that center bubble. But for the younger people, and so I don't know what they do. Like that's what I always wonder, because it's like you host all these events in Danville and you try to pull out of that crowd. You try to say, hey, like we brought Rags and Riches for the October downtown downbeats, right?
Yeah.
And I barely saw a center student. And I'm like, what else are you doing? Mm-hmm. Like what else is going on? Like, I don't know. Like, I'm not hip. I'm not cool enough to be in the center bubble. But I just don't know. Like, what happens on a Thursday night that you can't come out to a free show? And it's just like, what else is going on? Is there just not? Is there like a D&D group in the bottom of the library that everybody goes to? It's just weird. Danville's a very strange place to figure out, and so that's what venues struggle with, and especially the Norton Center. So
there you go, Dusty. Broke it down for us. But I'm still saying the mathematical equation is Norton Center is greater than the Opera House.
You want to see Lady A at the Norton Center.
I don't want to see...
If Lady A comes, you have to go. That's what it all breaks down to.
I'll go.
You have to go.
I just don't want Lady...
Front row, screaming, Lady A, painted on your chest.
I'm Danville and Boyle County through and through. It's not that I want to see Lady A at Norton Center. I don't want people with Lady A, connected with Lady A, to think, well, we can't play Danville. What is Danville? We'll go to the Opera House, which is half the size because it's in Lexington, because, it's got to be better because it's in Lexington. That's what I want.
Okay, I totally agree. I don't think it's better. I think Norton Center, as far as, like, the space and the amount of seats is better, so it's a better place, but the population you pull from, the chance of the event selling out is better at the Opera House than it is at the Norton Center.
That's what they're looking at.
That's what they're looking at. And even if it's less seats, to say that, I've played 4 sold-out events back to back to back, even though, like, they don't tell you the details of it, there's only 100 people in the seats.
It fluffs the ego a little bit more.
It does. It fluffs the ego versus, I played this 1,400-seat arena, and it
Even though we
empty.
had more people in that arena than we did the other place, we sold out the other place, and it sounds better to say that you sold it out.
Right. Exactly.
All right, Dusty with the Kentucky Music Preview. Dusty, appreciate you being on.
Thank you, Joe.
See you tonight at the Danville Small Town Christmas Festival.
Absolutely.
It's 8:40 in the morning.
The new home for A&L Accessories in Danville's at 491 South 4th Street next to Smart Loop, featuring gifts, purses, jewelry, watches, scarves, body care products, and official Simply Southern Products dealer. Open at 11:30 Tuesday through Saturday. Stop in the new home for A&L Accessories in Danville, 493 South 4th.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by...
All right, well, that wasn't supposed to play there, but I'll give you a weather forecast anyway. It's brought to you by ADA Heating and Air. Trust ADA to be there when you need them the most. ADA is on the way. Call them 859-519-6382. They provide 24-hour emergency service. Sunshine tonight, 60 is a high, low tonight 50, and a great day for the Danville Small Town Christmas Festival. Tomorrow, rain showers, a high of 63. Sunday, rain and snow, a high Sunday of 47. Right now, it's 8:41 in the morning. It's 42 degrees in Danville. Another thing about Lexington, we just covered, they have enough people that live there. So why are we going to Lexington to spend our money there? They got 170,000 whatever people living there. They don't need our money. Keep our money here. Go to the Norton Center for the Arts. Keep our money local. All right, I got to hit this commercial break. That weather forecast played in the middle of the break, but because it was on my mind, I had to say that about Lexington again. It's where my grandparents lived. I love UK, but I'm keeping my money local is what I'm saying.
Hi, this is Jenny at the Danville Nutrition Center. At the Nutrition Center, we strive to help our customers achieve optimal health. From our high-quality collagen proteins to our immune system support vitamins, we are here to help you and your family stay healthy all throughout the year. We provide locally raised, free-range meats, eggs, and fresh milk and organic produce boxes delivered weekly. Your locally owned Danville Nutrition Center is here to serve you. Visit us at 802 South 4th Street in Danville. Danville Nutrition Center. Big enough to serve, small enough to care.
So creamy it melts in your mouth. Mom Blakeman's candy.
Mom Blakeman's is still in the business of providing quality cream pull candy. We offer 7 flavors as well as potato candy. We have tubs, boxes, and a variety of holiday decor designer tins. Stop by and see us at our shop at 104 South Campbell Street in Lancaster for all of your gift-giving needs.
So creamy it melts in your mouth. Mom Blakeman's candy.
Hello, Central Kentucky. I'm Steve Bertram with sports. Number 16 Kentucky's back in action tomorrow against Penn in the Wells Fargo Center in Philadelphia. Both teams have played St. Joseph's, and both those games went into overtime, with UK winning and Penn losing. The Quakers do own a win over Villanova. Pre-game shows begin at 10:30 tomorrow morning. Tip-offs at 12 noon. For Kentucky and Pennsylvania on Z105. Hometown Radio brings you a big district high school basketball matchup tonight as Danville Christian Academy visits Lincoln County in a girl-boy doubleheader. The girls tip off at 6, followed by the boys game around 7:40 on WHIR FM 103.9. In boys high school hoops last night, it was Paris 81, Danville 77 in overtime. Western Hills 69, Mercer County 55, Bryan Station 70, Garrett County 44, and Atlanta School for the Deaf 41, Kentucky School for the Deaf 12. In men's college action, North Carolina Greensboro got by Eastern Kentucky 87-85 in overtime. Bellarmine down to Berea College 98-59. In the NFL last night, former Western Kentucky quarterback Bailey Zappi threw 3 touchdown passes to lead New England past Pittsburgh 21-18. Patriots broke a 5-game losing streak to improve to 3-10, while the Steelers fall to 7-6. In the NCAA D1 volleyball tournament last night, Kentucky was eliminated by Arkansas 3-2. Louisville advanced to the Elite Eight with a 3-2 win over Creighton. U of L faces Pittsburgh in the regional finals tomorrow. And in the NAIA football semifinals tomorrow, 10-1 Georgetown College is at top-ranked and unbeaten Northwestern Iowa at 1 o'clock Saturday. That's sports. God bless America. I'm Steve Bertram on the Hometown Radio Network.
If you're feeling hopeless, alone, and broken, maybe empty inside, Chloe's Pedals for Hope.
Chloe's Pedals for Hope sponsors a survivor of suicide support group for adults the first Thursday of every month at the Boyle County Library Community Room from 6 to 7 p.m. Follow us on Facebook and look at our website, Chloe's Pedals for Hope, for more information.
'Cause it's just around the corner, we'll find hope together. Chloe's Pedals for Hope.
For help, call the crisis hotline 988.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by
All right, then, brought to you by our friends over at Coel Collision Center in Danville. They're on Lebanon Road. After a wreck, tell the tow truck driver, take your vehicle to the experts, Brent and Devin, at Coel Collision Center, Lebanon Road in Danville. Sunshine, a high of 60, a low tonight of 50. You get 20-plus mile-per-hour wind gusts. Tomorrow, sunshine. Early showers later, and that's where it gets dicey tomorrow. You get 1.5 inches of rain. I'm not saying like severe storms or anything like that, but it's just going to be nasty. High tomorrow, 63. Sunday, thunder snow. In concert, thunder snow, your favorite Christmas jingles, hard rock style. You get that Sunday. High of 47. Little or no snow accumulation expected in this thunder snow event. Right now it's 8:47 in the morning. What you got, Dusty?
Santa Claus is coming to town. Thunder snow.
That was not a very good hard rock rendition of Santa Claus is Coming Down. You had a little country twang in there, Dusty. I was a little hard rock country action going on.
Where you got to do like the screamo bands? Like, Santa Claus is coming to town.
Speaking of hard rock country, I didn't realize that Jelly Roll was country. I didn't know.
Oh, yeah?
There's nothing about Jelly Roll that seems country to me.
He plays on a country station. I think that's probably as much country as you get.
Like, we play him on Z105, and we say no country and no rap and no hard rock, and we're playing Jelly Roll. So to me, he doesn't fall under the country genre.
No country, no hard rock, and no rap. So what do you play then?
Play the best hits of today. I think sometimes we can have a song that has maybe like a rap verse in it, like a feature, but we're not like playing Drake.
Yeah, but if you're playing the hits of today, then that would be including those, right?
No.
But I mean, just what genre do you play?
Playing like pop and rock.
Okay. But you said no rock.
No hard rock. We're not playing Metallica or something like that. Or
I wouldn't even say that's hard rock anymore.
Whitechapel.
I haven't heard of Whitechapel.
There was a screamo band that a guy in college liked a lot that I knew named Whitechapel. No, we're playing like Sam Hunt.
Okay, all right.
And Michael Bublé.
Yeah, and like Ed Sheeran.
And Ed Sheeran.
Yeah.
And Taylor Swift.
Okay.
Things like that.
Okay, well, no, Jelly Roll, he plays on a country station, but he definitely leans more towards the pop rock.
I mean, like, really, I had no idea he was considered country until he came up for these country music awards.
Yeah, I don't really...
Like, what?
That's kind of like the Rock and Roll Music Hall of Fame. The Country Music Awards is getting there, where they just accept anybody.
Yeah.
Because they just want to be popular and want to be on people's Because it's like you can have. Is this the Country Music Awards? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. Here is your example of the Country Music Awards. Sturgill Simpson had the nominated for Album of the Year along with Beyonce and all that, right? By Grammys. He's not even invited to the Country Music Awards.
Yeah.
He's busking outside the Country Music Awards, and he was nominated for Album of the Year for like a Grammy nomination.
He's not mainstream enough.
Exactly.
He's not mainstream.
That's Country Music Awards. It's not how good the music is; it's how popular you are.
Yeah, it's the mainstreamness of it.
Yes, it's
the mainstreaminity of it.
Forget the Country Music Awards. Don't tune into it. Don't give it any accreditation. Let it die. I don't like it.
Well, that was morbid. All right.
Let the awards just fade away. Of course, all these awards don't mean anything until you win one, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's what everybody... Like, yeah, you're pointing to yours. You're like, oh, no, I don't want to do that.
I can call myself an award-winning broadcaster.
Exactly.
All right, here's Wedding Planning with Pam. She's got an award-winning segment. She won the award for Best Wedding Planning Segment as given by me. So she is an award-winning radio segment.
What's your trophy?
I'm getting it made for her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're getting it made. It's at the trophy shop right now.
2 rings?
It's Wedding Planning with Pam. Here she is.
Hi, I'm Timothy Stewart Clark, and this is Wedding Planning with Pam. Planning your honeymoon? Contact a travel agent who specializes in honeymoons. It's one of the smartest calls you'll make. An agent is your best source of accurate information. He or she should thoroughly interview you to determine your goals and expectations and give you options based on your budget. Be sure to include food, beverages, lodging, tips, gifts, the total amount. Ask for referrals. Call these couples and ask if they were happy with the travel agent and the services provided. If you plan on using your frequent flyer miles, you need to begin early. The secret to success is to plan early, at least a year in advance. Seats reserved for frequent flyer customers are limited. When they're gone, they're gone. Always use your credit card, especially since honeymoon reservations must be made so far in advance. This is the only protection you have should a vendor or airline go under. Use them the entire time you travel. Get cancellation insurance to safeguard your honeymoon investment. The cost is minimal and will be well worth it if anything occurs that may cancel your trip. Don't chance losing your deposit. Buy insurance. My love note for today is an important tip. Brides, when planning your honeymoon, make all your reservations in your maiden name. The name on your driver's license must match the name on your passport and airline ticket.
I've been taking Nutrafol for about a year.
I've been taking Nutrafol just over 4.5 years.
My hair was thinning.
I just gave birth. I was under a lot of stress.
I like Nutrafol because it's drug-free and the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement.
My hair feels thicker,
stronger.
The breakage is less.
Nutrafol has taken me back to the hair I was meant to have.
Join the 1 million people growing at Nutrafol.com. That's Nutrafol.com.
What's for dinner? Burgers?
After last week, no thanks.
Avoiding foods due to fear of diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools? It may not be just stomach issues. It could be EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency. EPI can cause uncomfortable symptoms because it's a condition where the pancreas doesn't release enough digestive enzymes to break down food. But EPI can be managed. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor about your symptoms. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Be prepared for what Mother Nature brings. Keep up to date with weather forecasts here every hour on WHIR.
Here comes Santa Claus, right down Santa Claus Lane.
As performed by Thunder Snow, here comes Santa Claus. All right, it's 8:52 in the morning. Let's take a look at what's going on the world of food. Grub Gab, ladies and gentlemen, where you can just eat it. It's Grub Gab and Food News. McDonald's has announced that it will begin testing a new small-format beverage-led restaurant called Cosmix. C-O-S-M-C, so they have the MC for McDonald's. Cosmix. It's going up in Bolingbrook, Illinois this week. According to a press release, Cosmix menu will be rooted in beverage exploration, seamlessly blending new flavor combinations with vibrant colors and functional boosts. In addition, the small format restaurant concept will also offer a small lineup of food and includes all new menu items alongside a few of the chain's classic fan favorites. Cosmic's drinks lineup features a variety of specialty lemonades and teas, blended beverages, and cold coffee like the Sour Cherry Slush, S'mores Cold Brew, and Tropical Spiceade. Meanwhile, on the food front, spicy queso sandwich, savory hash brown bites, and pretzel bites as well. Cosmic's will feature a seamless digital and drive-thru experience. So we'll see if this thing explodes. Maybe we see Cosmic's nationwide. McDonald's, a brand new restaurant called Cosmic's, they're opening up. Cracker Barrel expands its seasonal holiday lineup with the addition of the new Mary Berry Tea and the return of the new broccoli cheese casserole. The new Mary Berry Tea consists of a blend of iced tea with flavors of juicy wild berries and is available by the glass or by the gallon for a suggested price of $3.59 and $7.99. The broccoli cheese casserole combines broccoli with a rich cheese sauce and rice and then tops it all off with crushed buttery cracker crumbles for a side that pairs well with just about everything. Cracker Barrel's broccoli cheese casserole can be ordered as an individual side for $3.49 or for a holiday pairing meant to feed around 5 people for $29.99. And McCormick today released the Flavor Forecast 24th edition, the company's annual report that showcases the latest culinary trends shaping the way consumers prepare and enjoy food globally. In addition, this year's report also includes the announcement of McCormick's 2024 Flavor of the Year, Tamarind. You can taste it in action with a new tamarind and pasilla chile seasoning available for purchase online now. The Flavor of the Year is also going to be featured in several tamarind-infused menu items at Black Tap Craft Burgers and Beer, a world-renowned burger joint through the month of February 2024. Grub Gab, the world of food, where you can just eat it. McCormick names tamarind its Flavor of the Year. Cracker Barrel pours new Mary Berry Tea and broccoli cheese casserole. McDonald's opens up Cosmic's. Grub Gab, the world of food.
Danville Deal Maker, Bob Allen.
Save more during the Wrap Up the Year sales event at Bob Allen Motor Mall. Hi, I'm John Welsh. Save up to 20% off MSRP on new 23 Jeep Gladiator Sport models. MSRP $55,890, model J7J L98. Must-have trade-in financing. Bob Allen Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram on Maple Avenue in Danville, or shop online anytime at BobAllenMotorMall.com.
Money is tight this holiday season, and the Big Deals online store is here to stretch your dollars further with special deals for Christmas. Today's special deal is Sweet. Sweets by Cindy in Junction City offers the best treats for holiday parties. Buy 2 $10 gift certificates and get 2 free. Yes, it's a double BOGO. Today only at Big Deals online store. Get $40 for just $20. Good for cookies and cupcakes at Sweets by Cindy. Go now and buy at hometownlive.net. That's hometownlive.net. Big deals for Christmas.
Listen to us on your smart speaker. Just ask to play our call letters. WHIR.
So you better watch out, and you better not cry, and you better not pout, and I'm a-telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. Santa Claus is coming to town.
Hey, there you go. Let's see what's going on this date in rock and roll, pop, and R&B music history. We have 3 really good birthdays today in the music world we're going to shine the light on. And it started off on this date in 1925. On this date, 1925, where this singer and member of the Rat Pack was born. Sammy Davis Jr., born on this date, 1925, singer and actor. He had this one as a #1 hit in 1972, called The Candyman. Died of throat cancer in May of 1990. Happy what would have been 98 to Sammy Davis Jr.
Sunrise, sprinkle it with you. Cover it with chocolate and a miracle or two. The Candyman. Ooh, the Candyman can. The Candyman can. The Candyman can, 'cause he mixes it with love and makes the world taste good. Makes the world taste good. Who can take a rainbow? Who can take a rainbow?
It was on this day in rock and roll, pop, and R&B music history, 1943. This singer and lyricist was born. Wow, big birthday number 2 today. Jim Morrison would have had a birthday today. This song went number 1 in 1967 for The Doors with Light My Fire. Had a wild personality and performances. He's regarded by some as one of the most iconic, charismatic, and pioneering frontman in rock music history. Died of heart failure in a bathtub in his Paris hotel room on July the 3rd of 1971. The events surrounding his death continue to be a little bit of a mystery. No autopsy was performed on his body after death, and the exact cause of his death is disputed still by many to this day. Jim Morrison, this day, 1943. And I said we had 3 really big birthdays on this date in history. The last one on this date, 1947, keyboardist, guitarist, and singer I X'd out the wrong one. Oh, no. I X'd out the wrong tab, and I kept the Doors up. So, Greg Allman was born on this date, 1947. I was going to play Blue Sky by the Allman Brothers Band. They released that classic album, Eat a Peach, in 1972, and their number 12 single, Ramblin' Man, in 1973. Greg Allman, referred to as a Southern rock pioneer, received numerous awards during his life, including several Grammys, followed a series of health problems, including hepatitis C and a 2010 liver transplant. Greg Allman died at his home in Georgia in May of 2017. I finally get it queued up, but here's top hour news. It's 9 o'clock.
This is the talk of the town, AM 1230, and now on FM 103.9, WHIR Danville, powered by Kentucky WiMAX.
It's 9 o'clock.
NBC News Radio, I'm Michael Kastner. The U.S. is criticizing Israel for the growing civilian death toll in Gaza. Secretary of State Antony Blinken.
It remains imperative that Israel put a premium on civilian protection. And there does remain a gap between exactly what I said when I was there, the intent to protect civilians, and the actual results that we're seeing on the ground.
An estimated 17,000 Palestinians have been killed since the war against Hamas started on October 7th. More than 90 journalists have been killed covering news around the world this year. The International Federation of Journalists said on Friday that 94 journalists have been killed, and the Israel-Gaza war has claimed more than any conflict in 30 years. The group said 68 journalists have died covering the war over the past 2 months. A massive storm is set to impact the eastern half of the U.S. this weekend. Mark Mayfield reports.
Severe thunderstorms, heavy rain, strong winds, and even snow may affect millions. It'll start to take shape on Friday and really gain strength on Saturday as adverse weather will stretch for more than 1,200 miles from the Gulf Coast all the way up to the Canadian border. The storm will reach its top strength by Sunday afternoon and will eventually push off the East Coast on Monday. However, snow and rain are expected to hit parts of upstate New York and much of New England on Monday as well.
In New York, Mayor Eric Adams says while there are no specific threats to New York City following the Albany synagogue shooting, the NYPD is on heightened alert. More from Sarah Lee Kessler.
Police have been on heightened alert outside synagogues and Jewish schools and community centers in all 5 boroughs since Hamas massacred more than 1,200 Israeli civilians October 7th, triggering a war with Israel that's cost more than 17,000 Palestinians their lives. Adams says with the start of Hanukkah, there's elevated security around menorah displays and at all public lighting events.
Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
Hey, you. The one on the couch who just told your friend you can't go out because you're busy? Ready to get real about your psoriasis? When your current treatments don't do enough to help control the inflammation beneath the skin, causing plaques and pain, stressing and scratching, it's time to stop hiding and get real with your dermatologist so they can help you get clear. Get real clear about psoriasis at letsgetrealclear.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Are you tired of high cable TV rates? Sign up for Dish today and get a $500 bonus offer while supplies last. Plus, lock in your price for 2 years guaranteed. Call All American Dish, your Dish authorized retailer now.
800-296-1251. 800-296-1251. That's 800-296-1251.
Offers require credit qualification, 24-month commitment, early termination fee, and e-auto pay. Restrictions apply. Call for details.
The liability of the OxyContin maker and its role in the U.S. opioid crisis is being scrutinized by the Supreme Court. Attorney Mike Quinn has given up corporate cases to devote more time fighting for victims and says Purdue Pharma is in the wrong for structuring a way for their former owners to escape liability.
This bankruptcy system was not set up for people to absolve themselves of wrongdoing and really bad activities.
The High Court heard a challenge this week from the Justice Department to last year's $6 billion settlement agreed to by Purdue Pharma. The bankruptcy ruling by a New York court shielded the Sackler family, which controlled the company, from future litigation. Families of OxyContin victims say they deserve to sue the Sacklers. Most of the money from the original deal would go to states and Native American tribes to help fight the epidemic. The man accused of carrying out a stabbing attack in Paris in which a German tourist died said he had initially considered attacking people at a memorial garden. Ross Cullen with more.
Armand Rajapour-Miandouab considered several Jewish sites as places for his attack before ultimately stabbing and attacking people near the Eiffel Tower on December the 2nd. Sources close to the investigation have told French journalists that one of the locations the 26-year-old suspect thought of was the Vel d'Ive Children's Memorial Garden in memory of more than 4,000 Jewish children deported to the Nazi concentration camp at Auschwitz-Birkenau in 1942. Ross Cullen, Paris.
It's Friday, and you've worked hard, and you deserve a treat. Bree Tennis with a suggestion.
Today is National Brownie Day, the perfect chocolatey, cakey creation invented in the 1890s in Chicago at the Palmer House Hotel. Although food historians say that could be a legend. Brownies are the perfect size, and they fit perfectly in your hand. So good, they have two national days, December 8th and February 10th.
Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
Up on the right side. This is the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
What's happened is the donor class at these universities, Harvard has nearly $40 billion in endowment money. You know, this is real money, and that donor class has gotten really pissed off at the fact that they've been tolerant of language such as, you know, calls for Antifada, from the river to the sea, you know, all the anti-Semitism that we've talked about. I noticed that the UPenn president, I noticed that Harvard's president, we were taken out of context. No, they were not taken out of context. They're all now trying to keep their cushy jobs as president of these universities. And what they should have done is something called the right thing from the beginning. And that is, no, you don't get to call for genocide of anybody.
From coast to coast, from sea to shining sea, it's the Sean Hannity Show.
You know, most people, they have no idea there's an invisible gap in their home's protection. Now, your home, your equity is at risk. This invisible threat is house stealing. From FBI Crime Stories, and I quote, con artists, they pick a house. It could be a vacation home, a rental property, or the home someone is living in right now. They transfer the deed of the house into their name by obtaining the forms. They use fake IDs, filing the paperwork with proper authorities. Guess what? They steal your home. End quote. Now, once this step is complete, they take out loans using your home as collateral. They can even sell your home. You need to protect your home from this invisible gap. Check on your home's title right now when you go to HomeTitleLock.com. Be sure to use the promo code Sean, that's S-E-A-N, and they will send you a complete title scan of your home's title. And your first 30 days of triple lock title protection is absolutely free. HomeTitleLock.com, HomeTitleLock.com, promo code Sean.
Hi,
Hi, this is Karen, and at ADA Heating and Air, we offer free estimates on replacements. We install American Standard heating and air conditioning equipment. Our employees do not work on commission, so you don't pay for unnecessary repairs. We offer the best pricing around. On average, we can save you 15%. We offer same or next day service. Financing is available on our website at adaheatingandair.com. Call ADA today for all your HVAC needs at 859-519-6382. ADA is on the way.
Hi, this is Jenny at the Danville Nutrition Center. At the Nutrition Center, we strive to help our customers achieve optimal health. From our high-quality collagen proteins to our immune system support vitamins, we are here to help you and your family stay healthy all throughout the year. We provide locally raised, free-range meats, eggs, and fresh milk and organic produce boxes delivered weekly. Your locally owned Danville Nutrition Center is here to serve you. Visit us at 802 South 4th Street in Danville. Danville Nutrition Center, big enough to serve, small enough to care.
Well, good morning to you. It's Friday. It's December the 8th. That's 120823 on your calendar. December the 8th of 2023. It is Christmas parade night. Yes, they've moved that up 24 hours, so the parade will be tonight because of the incoming inclement weather that we expect for tomorrow. So the Christmas festival starts at 4 o'clock this afternoon, goes until 7, and the parade will start right around 7 o'clock. We got a forecast coming your way. We have local news as well, and we've got Trail Talk with Walker's Trail. It's coming up next.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update.
Danville's Small Town Christmas has been moved up 24 hours after expected rain showers in the forecast nearly all day for Danville tomorrow. The Danville Small Town Christmas Festival and the parade will now happen tonight. All the same activities that were scheduled for Saturday will happen instead today from 4 o'clock until 7. Those activities will then lead us up to the parade, which starts tonight at 7 o'clock on Main Street. Officials have released the name of the person killed in a tractor-trailer accident yesterday in Lincoln County. It happened around 7 o'clock in the morning on Kentucky Highway 198, where the Lincoln County Sheriff's Office says 19-year-old Jaden Post was driving a tractor-trailer when it overturned. The Sheriff's Office says that Post was hauling lumber when she ran off the roadway, overcorrected the trailer, and flipped it to the opposite side of the road. The road remained closed for hours following the accident as officials cleared the scene. Today is the release of a brand new Wilderness Trail Distillery bourbon. Today, Wilderness Trail Distillery will release a brand new 10-year aged bourbon. The bourbon being sold was barreled in 2013 and will go on sale today with a twofold celebration. Bottles go on sale this morning and then a party at the Visitor Center tonight. Wilderness Trail is on Lebanon Road. Just over a year after the shooting of a Nicholasville man who was undergoing a mental health episode, Nicholasville police say they will hire a social worker to their force. Family members of 22-year-old Desmond LeDuc say they felt that the presence of heavily armed special response team officers escalated the situation that led to LeDuc's death. Those SRT officers showed up about an hour after police officers were already on scene trying to talk LeDuc out of that house. Recently, Nicholasville police posted a social worker listed on their website. The department said that the person will help with crisis intervention, short-term counseling, and advocacy. Reporting for the Hometown Radio Network, I'm Joe Mathis.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by...
It's brought to you by our friends over at Cattleman's Roadhouse. Treat yourself to a delicious meal over at Cattleman's. Their burgers are all natural beef, certified, humanely raised, never any antibiotics. Cattleman's Roadhouse, Danville Bypass. A great steak truly is just the beginning at Cattleman's. Sunshine, a high today of 60. A low tonight, 50. Pretty good feeling December Friday for us. And again, Christmas festival and parade tonight. Tomorrow, you get rain showers, a high of 63. On Sunday, or tomorrow, rain showers, high of 63. I don't know if I said tonight or tomorrow. But tomorrow, and then Sunday, rain showers and snow showers possible. May see our first real flurries of the season on Sunday. Right now, it's 9:11 in the morning. It is 43 degrees, and it is a Trail Talk Friday with Walker's Trail Senior Living. Here's Jim Barman.
The following is a paid program.
Yes, it is. Thank you for that, Jim. And we have Lataya and we have Mr. Sam on the air with us this morning.
Good morning, Joe.
Yeah, good morning to you, Lataya. How are you doing this morning?
I'm good, very good.
Good. Mr. Sam, you doing okay?
Oh, yes.
Good stuff. Glad to have you in studio. You are the second resident that we have had from Walker's Trail. So glad to have you in studio. Yeah, first of all, Lataya was telling us off the air about a trip that you all took to Southern Lights at the Kentucky Horse Park. When did that happen?
Well, we went
a week or so ago.
it's before. It's been about a week or two ago, but
okay.
That's a very good, interesting trip, and the horses we seen out there, it was really something.
Yeah. So is it a Christmas light show? Is that what it is?
It's a night show, yes.
Okay, yeah. So you got to go at night then when it's dark. Okay,
Yeah.
well, cool. You all are always taking trips out there at Walker's Trail. Y'all going to have to plan something for the new Chick-fil-A. It's the talk of the town now, Mr. Sam. Y'all have to go to Chick-fil-A one day and get lunch there. Is that in the plans, Lataya?
Yep, sure is.
It
We're
is?
actually going to Red Lobster today.
Oh,
so.
wow. That was my grandfather's favorite place to eat, was Red Lobster. You like Red Lobster, Mr. Sam?
Yes, I do.
You do?
I've eaten at them several times over the years.
Yeah. So where are you from originally? Are you originally from here?
No, I'm originally from Huntington, West Virginia.
Okay. How'd you make your way to Danville?
Well, my daughter came here. She lives out in Harrisburg.
Okay.
At first they were at Campbellsville, where he was president of the Campbellsville University.
Okay.
And they came there when he retired. They came here and they live out here at Harrisburg.
Okay.
Right now.
Yeah. Of course, they have the Campbellsville University Harrisburg campus there in Harrisburg. They have a Campbellsville campus there. So you found your way now to Walker's Trail. How do you like living there?
It's very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
I mean, we were talking off the air about the food. They don't let you go hungry there at Walker's Trail, do they? No.
It's your fault.
Yeah. So have you all had breakfast yet?
Oh, yes.
Okay, what'd you have for breakfast? Let's walk us through breakfast. What'd you have?
Well, I had eggs and bacon and other things to go with it. Just your toast and jelly and so on. Of course, all the coffee you wanted. They set the pot down there and you can drink all you want.
Well, Lataya says you're very involved there. Do you go to like the chef's corner and all that?
Yes, I try to go with most trips that she makes. I try to go to be with them on that trip, on the trips.
Okay.
He comes up each morning and he's like, what do we got to do today? What's going on today?
I have to get up early to take my little Chelsea, the dog, out to let her go out first, and then she can stay in her room pretty well all day. She'll sit in a rocking chair
and wait for you to come back, huh? Yeah. Well, I'm looking at pictures on Facebook right now. You all in looks like the middle of October had someone come out that drew caricatures of them. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
that
Mr.
was super fun.
Mr. Sam, we got one of you here, and it's got you, and you got your dog Chelsea. You're walking your dog Chelsea in this picture they drew of you, and then there's your dog. You got Chelsea in your lap in this picture right here. So, how old is Chelsea, your dog?
She's about 12 years old now.
Okay.
We got her when she was real small. Of course, she's real small now, but she was a young
little puppy.
But she's a very good dog. Very, you can speak to her and she'll obey your commands and so on, and she takes care of herself. Doing the room, she keeps it clean. We can take her out without her messing up her room.
Yes,
anything.
yeah. Well, Lataya, that's interesting that, when you look at Walker's Trail, that we've mentioned this before, but this is essentially the residents. This is their house, and they're welcoming you all into their house, right? And so if they want a pet, they can have a pet, right? So how many residents have pets?
Let's see. We did have 2, I believe, but now we just have Sam.
Okay. So you're the only one with a pet in the entire place.
What?
So you're the only one with a pet in the entire place.
Yeah, right now it is.
Yeah, so Chelsea should be the mascot then. Chelsea's the mascot of Walker's Trail. We got to make that happen.
Yeah, we'll get her a little shirt or something for Christmas.
Yeah, we could. Yes.
So what's Sam says he likes going on trips with you. So what's the next trip that you all are planning on taking?
Well, like I said, we'll be going to Red Lobster today. Monday, we're going to the nail salon, which Sam doesn't go with us there.
No,
but
no.
We do have some of the men that like to go and get a pedicure. So it's always a good mixture. But let's see. And then next Friday, we've got our karaoke Christmas family night.
All right, so I'm going to guess what this is. Karaoke of Christmas carols.
Yeah.
So it's karaoke Christmas. Yeah. So what's going to be going on with that, besides the karaoke, obviously?
We will have our holiday meal and just have the residents get together with their families and friends and the Walker's Trail family and staff. We'll have ornament making and cookie decorating, and then, of course, karaoke and Christmas cocktails, so all the fun stuff.
All the fun stuff.
And festive.
Mr. Sam, let me ask you this. You mentioned that you all eat good there at Walker's Trail. So what's your favorite food that they make at Walker's Trail? What's the best thing that you've had there?
I don't know. Some of the breakfast is really, really good.
Yeah.
You have the sausage or bacon, and then what kind of egg you want, and the cereal. It's a full breakfast.
A full course breakfast. What is your favorite food? If they were to come to you and say, all right, Mr. Sam, you're picking out the lunch or dinner for today, it's going to be your favorite meal, what would you pick?
Probably fried chicken.
Fried chicken?
Yeah,
all right.
Old Southern boy.
I love it. I love fried chicken. What about the sides with it?
Well, you usually have mashed potatoes and another vegetable of a sort.
Yeah.
Green beans or something
like that. Yeah.
Yes,
Some good eating right there.
Yeah, right. They bring it right to the table, too.
Now, Sam eats burgers quite a lot.
Yeah, I'm a hamburger.
Oh, I love burgers, too. Burgers and fries?
Dress it up.
Right.
And then Chelsea gets a little piece, right?
Yeah, she can get a little piece.
I tell you what, there's nobody that can clean a kitchen or like a living room floor or whatever like a dog can. I mean, we got a dog at our house. We got a golden retriever. And if we ever, if he ever ran away, or when he ends up dying or whatever it may be, our house, I'm sure, is going to be an absolute mess.
Oh yeah,
because he keeps our kitchen spotless. Of course, I have a 6- and a 4-year-old, so he doesn't even have to beg for food because he knows they're going to drop some stuff on the floor. Like, he's going for it as soon as he does. And so, it's good to be able to have those companions around like Chelsea. And again, that's what you get at Walker's Trail. Again, this is the residents' house, and the employees there they're working at these people's homes. And so if they want pets and they want dogs and they want a cat and they want something to eat whenever they want something to eat, this is their home, and that's the way it works.
Absolutely.
Glad to have LaTanya and Mr. Sam in studio this morning talking Walker's Trail. We'll step aside. We'll come back and finish up the conversation with Walker's Trail Senior Living on this Trail Talk Friday right here in the Joe Show on WHIR Danville News Talk Sports.
You have a loved one needing to find help, hope, and healing today. The first step to a happier, healthier life is to call the Isaiah House Real Hope for Addiction. Isaiah House provides care for men and women, locations throughout Kentucky, resetting one's life through healing, opportunity, education, and employment support for lifelong success. When you feel once to the point of rock bottom and needs help, hope, and healing, call the Isaiah House anytime, 24 hours a day.
Roxanne Watson is on a mission to have more people sign up as organ, eye, and tissue donors. What drives her? Roxanne received a heart transplant made possible by an organ donor.
I decided that day to devote myself to signing up the most people in the United States. That's my goal.
Now she's a powerful force for good. What could you make possible as an organ, eye, and tissue donor? Leave behind the gift of life. Go to organdonor.gov. U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Health Resources and Services Administration.
Money is tight this holiday season, and the Big Deals online store is here to stretch your dollars further with special deals for Christmas. Today's special deal is Sweet. Sweets by Cindy in Junction City offers the best treats for holiday parties. Buy 2 $10 gift certificates and get 2 free. Yes, it's a double BOGO. Today only at Big Deals online store. Get $40 for just $20. Good for cookies and cupcakes at Sweets by Cindy. Go now and buy at hometownlive.net. That's hometownlive.net. Big deals for Christmas.
The Hometown Radio Network sports broadcast schedule brought to you by Monticello Bank. Some early 45th District basketball action on Friday night. It's a girl-boy doubleheader as Danville Christian Academy is at Lincoln County. 6 o'clock for the girls' game. The boys' game follows that on 103.9 FM, WHIR Danville. On Saturday, Kentucky host Penn. A game being played in Philadelphia. It's a 12 noon tip-off on that one. 10:30 pregame on Z105.
Hey, it's Joe Pags. Make plans to join us for the show. We're bringing the top news stories that are affecting you, the top stories from social media, pop culture stories, could be in sports. Maybe we'll sing a song or two or three or make fun of somebody that you want us to make fun of. That plus, of course, a big part of the program is you calling in. Look, we can agree, we can debate, we can yell at each other, we can sing a song together. We do it all right here on the Joe Pags Show, Monday through Friday from 6 to 9 on WHIR AM 1230 and online at hometownlive.net.
This is Keith Richardson, owner of King Clean Carpet and Upholstery Cleaning. This is the best time of the year to gather with friends and family to spread cheer and goodwill and to remember the reason for the season. From my family to yours, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from King Clean Carpet and Upholstery Cleaning.
Going out of town or anywhere in the world? Stay in touch with WHIR on the internet at hometownlive.net. Powered by Kentucky WiMAX.
Jingle around the clock.
That's the Jingle Bell Rock, says. Is it Brenda Lee who does that? Yeah, Jingle Bell Rock. I think that's right. Brenda Lee. All right, we've got Mr. Sam and Latanya in studio with us this morning from Walker's Trail Senior Living. And what a great job they do out there at Walker's Trail. They are on Daveco Drive? Yeah, Daveco Drive. I couldn't remember the specific road. Daveco Drive there off the bypass, right down from Stewart Powell Ford, Lincoln Mazda, and getting a brand new neighbor there across the way, too. That 5-star gas station is going up.
Oh, yeah.
And keeping things busy over there. And I was able to be in there a couple days ago. I was meeting with Andrea and the new executive director, Emily. Mm-hmm. And got to meet Emily for the first time, and I know you all are excited about that. And she, I think, comes from a sister campus, right?
Yes, out of Lexington. We're just very excited to have her, and her care and compassion already radiates through the campus, so we're excited to see what's to come.
Yeah, and so I got to meet her, and I think she'll be in studio next Friday. They told her she'll be in here next Friday, so happy to have her aboard, part of the staff. You mentioned, Latanya, the care and compassion that she has. Do you think that those kind of two adjectives, being compassionate and being caring, that's the most important thing to have working at a place like Walker's Trail?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Why is that?
You have to have that. You just have to, first and foremost, connect with the person and know them individually and, just acknowledge them as an individual. So I feel like she does that. She greets our residents, gets down on their level, and just makes sure that, she sees them.
Yeah. Well, that's great. I mean, already seeing that. When I met with her a couple of days ago, she said, I don't even have an email address yet. She was so new, we don't even have an email. How can I get in touch with you? Well, I don't have an email address yet. Give me a couple of days. They're going to get one set up for me.
Work out those little kinks.
Yeah. So glad to have her aboard the staff. I know that bingo is really popular there.
Yes.
Do you play bingo?
Yes.
Yep. Sam's a bingo player.
Now,
he's a regular.
Someone told me last week, I think it was, maybe Lakin, who was in studio last week, who said they're doing like a super duper extra charged up boosted bingo or something. Is that right?
Yeah, they're doing a mega bingo.
Mega bingo.
Yeah, I think the first
I use
Friday.
way too many words. Mega's a better way to describe
bingo.
it. Mega bingo.
Uh-huh.
That's next Friday?
Yep.
Okay, what's going to be going on with Mega Bingo?
Yeah, first Friday of every
month?
Every month.
Okay.
So that's just for our residents and their friends, family, the community. They can come in and play bingo and kind of see what Walker's Trail is about.
Mm-hmm.
But we love seeing our residents play, and then, they call up their friends and are like, hey.
So how many people typically are playing bingo when you all play? Is this an everyday, do you play every day kind of for fun, and then you have maybe a more competitive one? Or?
Well, we play on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
All right, so you played bingo yesterday then?
Yeah.
Did you win?
Well, I have.
Did you win yesterday?
Yeah, I think I won a game.
Yeah,
so what do you win when you win?
I'm not sure. They give a little little things along. I'm not sure what.
Bingo bucks.
Bingo
bucks.
Yes. We have bingo bucks, and we can spend those on other things, throughout the day, the time we're there.
Okay.
It's just play money.
Yes, yeah. And then you can buy candy.
At the end of the month, we have our bingo auction.
So how many bingo bucks do you have, Mr. Sam?
I got a pretty good little stack.
This man's rich with bingo bucks. So what do you plan on buying? I mean, you saved up. You're like, this is like me when I want to buy something, I got to save up money. So you saved up bingo bucks. So there's going to have to be a bingo buck bank at Walker's Trail. That way you don't have to carry the bucks around. You can have a debit card of bingo bucks.
It gets interesting. They go back and forth,
Well, you just is it like bidding on?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Well,
so what do you plan on buying with your bingo bucks?
Usually snacks.
Like candy?
Yeah, candy. And,
a sleeve of Reese's.
Oh. Now, how much would a sleeve of Reese's go for in bingo buck land?
Well, so that they come off of their money.
You start off the bidding pretty high?
Yeah, we'll do like $20 for a sleeve of Reese's, and they're like, "What? $20?"
They start throwing it. I can go to the gas station, get that for $1.50. 20 bingo bucks. Well, how many bingo bucks do you get for winning one game?
10.
Oh, okay, so
and then coveralls 20. So
yeah, it kind of depends on how you do at the game, and how you win. But
okay, so you don't have to wipe the board then when someone wins?
Not always.
All
Depends on how fast that person wins.
Oh, I mean, I think 20 bingo bucks for a sleeve of Reese's is a pretty good deal. I mean, Reese's, we've done the best Halloween candy for 2 years, and Reese's has won both of them.
Oh, really? Yeah.
So you're talking about, in terms of the best candies, Reese's is up there. So 20 bingo bucks seems like a steal to me.
We'll have different things they'll win a game they'll give us, and a lot of times it is candy or something like that.
Yeah. Well, what's planned for the rest of the day for you, Mr. Sam, when you get back? Besides signing all kinds of autographs because you've been on the radio now.
We've never been on the radio. That's what we were talking about.
Well, we're glad to make that happen.
First time for everything.
Glad to make that happen. So what's on the schedule the rest of the day?
Well, I'm not sure what games. We'll probably have some kind of. We're going to have any bingo today or not?
No bingo today, but we're going to Red Lobster.
That's right. We're going out to lunch.
We'll be going to Lexington, so we'll be there for a good part of the afternoon, and then we have happy hour.
A little bit later on tonight.
Yep.
Walker's Trail, look, when you're there, you're home. Yeah. There's no doubt about it. And they're on Daveco Drive in Danville. If you want to take a tour, if you want to see what Walker's Trail is about, maybe you are looking at making that next step, or mom or dad or grandma or grandpa making that next step, Walker's Trail. Check them out, 236-5383. Take a tour. They love to give you a tour, show you around. What a phenomenal facility they have there on Daveco Drive. It's Walker's Trail Senior Living. Lataya,
thank you,
Mr. Sam, appreciate you all being on this morning. You have a great rest of the day and have fun at Red Lobster, okay? Eat some of those Cheddar Bay biscuits for me. I love those things. It's 9:30 in the morning. Bottom hour news is coming in. McClure, and Bailey is coming up here next on the Joe Show. It's 9:30.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Legal sports wagering started up in Kentucky just ahead of the NFL season, and Governor Andy Beshear says the first 2 months of the program have been highly successful. The Commonwealth raked in $8 million in tax revenue in September and October, on track to more than double the annual projected revenue of $23 million a year.
Before we legalized sports betting, this money was going to other states, or the betting was being done illegally. Now, thanks to our efforts, these dollars are staying right here in Kentucky, where they help us build a brighter future for all of our people.
Those revenue figures include the first 3 weeks of legal sports wagering when online betting had not yet started. The total amount wagered in Kentucky has jumped to over $656 million. DHL Express workers are going to be back on the picket line today at the Shipping Giants hub at the Cincinnati Northern Kentucky International Airport. Union reps are calling for better pay and benefits, as well as improved safety measures on the job. Over 1,000 workers walked out yesterday amid what's being called frustrating contract negotiations. In the meantime, Louisville Teamsters are considering going on strike at UPS. WLKY reports that the Teamsters are accusing the company of unfair labor practices after 35 union employees were laid off from the UPS Centennial Hub. The union is giving the company until Monday to resolve the issue. Teamsters Local 89 represents over 2,000 employees at the Centennial Hub and over 12,000 employees at the Louisville World Port Hub. It's the fastest rising sport in America with nearly 5 million players, but the growth apparently is slow in Kentucky. Pickleball Union ranking the Commonwealth as one of the worst places for players in the country, 48th overall. Those rankings are based on the number of courts and weather conditions. Kentucky has just over 100 courts total statewide right now, but several projects are in the works. I'm Rick Ucino.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Hey, it's me again. That's right, I'm Jerry Farmer, and I'm still cutting up. Still Cutting Up is a place to go when you need a fresh cut or a mini afro. Perms, colors, nails too, braids, highlights, uneven updo. I know you done heard of us, so get with it. I know you need your hair did. Here's our digit, 238-7899. Bob your head while I rhyme. 24/7, we won't be beat. 365 on South 4th Street. See ya. See ya.
Hi, this is Ruth at Mattresses and More, next door to Ace Hardware on Houstonville Road in Danville. If you are looking for new furniture or bedding, come check us out. We offer 12 months same as cash with approved credit. And now is a good time to lay away for Christmas. New merchandise arriving weekly, and we sell off the floor.
Mattresses and More, open Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., Saturday 9 to 5. Again, beside Ace Hardware, Houstonville Road, Danville. Girls,
come see our Nana for the best deal in town. You'll be glad you did.
Have you heard about Farmers National Bank's Teller on Demand service? I gave it a try, and I loved it. I simply touched the screen, talked with bank specialists live on screen, and they made it quick and easy. And the service even offers extended hours, 8 to 6 weekdays and 9 to 2 on Saturday. Located in Boyle County at the bank's Danville Square branch, next to Big Lots in the Garland Drive branch on the 127 South Danville bypass. Farmers National Bank, member FDIC.
Hi, everybody. This is Steve Bertram. May God bless America and you this holiday season.
Christmas.
We're going to have the happiest Christmas.
Merry Christmas! Central Kentucky's hometown radio network.
Your car is like an extension of you, am I right? It goes wherever you go, from work, in the gym, picking up the kids, dining out, visiting grandma. So when your car breaks down, it's kind of like you're breaking down, or at least you will from the cost of fixing it. Fear not, my friends, because CarShield has your back, just like they have mine. I don't worry about how much it'll cost to fix my car when it breaks down, because my protection plan with CarShield covers more than 5,000 parts, from alternators to big-ticket items like transmissions. I pay by the month with no long-term contract commitment, and my cost never goes up, never. Thanks to CarShield's price lock guarantee, no matter how many claims I file. Call CarShield today at 800-898-6155. 800-898-6155, or go to carshield.com/LEVIN to save 20%. That's 800-898-6155, or go to carshield.com/Levin to save 20%.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by...
It's brought to you by our friends over at Danville Auto Body Shop. Top-of-the-line collision and auto body repair. Head to the mechanics at 315 Dillahay. Call ahead for an appointment, 236-2299. That's 236-2299 for Danville Auto Body Shop. Sunshine, great day for the Danville Christmas Parade, which has been moved up to tonight. 4 o'clock to 7 for the Christmas Festival, and then 7 o'clock for the parade. 60 as a high, a low tonight 50. Tomorrow, rain showers are possible. 63 a high, an inch and a half of rain. Looks like tomorrow. Then Sunday, looking at some thunder snow. A high Sunday of 47, a low of 27. Right now it's 9:36 in the morning, and Patrick McClure is in studio. He is from McClure & Bailey, and Jim Parman wants to make this segment official.
The following is a paid program.
Told you. Welcome on to the show, Patrick. What's going on, Patrick?
Morning, Joe.
Doing all right?
I'm doing okay. I will say, I'm going to get this out there. Woke up this morning to a very unfortunate text. Jenny got her, I guess you would say, best friend, Allison, who's named for her grandmother. Her grandmother's a trip, Joe. She is a mountain woman in every sense of the word. And I don't know exactly how old she was. I'm guessing 90 ish, but she passed. So we're Allison is a person I never want to see sad. She is one of those people you just wind her up and watch her go. And I take it her grandmother was the same way. even when I knew her in her late 80s, she was like that. But so just want to say we're thinking about Allison and Maxie Joe and Misty and Jara and all those good folks, and I think Jenny's going to go up there and see him today. So that's how the day started, and that's unfortunate. It's going to end with a parade, though, so that's a good thing. I wondered why it got moved, but I just heard your forecast.
Yeah, the forecast for tomorrow is horrible. Yeah, horrible forecast.
Well, actually, that's a good segue, though, because I know what people can do.
What?
McClure and Bailey is sponsoring the Big Brother Duels, which is a wrestling tournament Bull County's done for a long time. Obviously, it's at Bull County High School. I believe Danville is there as well. Most of the local teams are there, and then I know like Oldham County's there, LaRue County. It's a big event, and these are duels, which if you've never seen, actually, if you see college wrestling on TV, it's usually duels. So, Danville would be going up against, we'll say, Mercer County. You got 14 weight classes, and you go through them one at a time, and there's a point system, and so that's one match. And then in the next one, maybe Mercer County's going against Oldham County, same thing. With as many teams as we have, this will be pool play, so you rack up a certain number of points, and then you have a round robin at the end. So usually there'd be four teams, possibly 8, I guess, advance into a round robin in the afternoon. It's a really neat way to do it. It's frankly, for those who don't follow wrestling, it's much easier to follow than an individual tournament because you can see, like, okay, it's this and this and this and this. It's a lot of fun. They're very exciting. So there's going to be a lot of kids wrestling. Paul's wrestling at heavyweight. George's wrestling at, I believe, 165.
Okay.
And this is really getting it started. Bull County, of course, was a little understaffed the first few events of the season because there was something else. Oh, that's right, the state championship.
Oh yeah, football was playing. Yeah.
So this will be the first weekend we've got our full complement back, and looking forward to that. Wednesday night, it's 2 nights ago, there was a duel. Bull County, Danville, Greene County, and I feel like I'm leaving something out. And then Taylor County's girls and Bull County's girls and Danville's girls. We had a boys and girls tournament. Girls wrestling is now sanctioned by the KHSA.
That's its own official sport
which
now.
Which is a great thing. It really is. These girls have worked hard, and we've done what we could during the season, but without a sanctioned event, then you get to the end of the season, and you've got going up against guys.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny if you're in the, let's say, I'd never guess a woman's weight, but let's say you're in the 120-pound weight division. Well, that's probably a 7th grade boy and a probably like junior in high school girl. So I'm not saying it's not a fair fight, but it's a different dynamic. So now having that out there and having it fully sanctioned and really rewarding them for what all the work they put into it, I think is wonderful. And then the guys, of course, are super stoked. Like I say, we've got some really good competition coming in. So anyway, that the weigh-in, I think, is like 8 o'clock in the morning. I think the wrestling starts around 10, and it'll go all day. So if you have a chance to stop in and see us, I'd love to do that. And again, we do host, I want to say a host, Bull County hosts it. We sponsor it, and glad to do so. It's just another one of those things we like to slap our name on. That's how we spend our advertising dollars. But really what it is we want to be able to support things like this. And with wrestling, particularly something that maybe doesn't get quite as much attention as some other things, but that we're hoping to change that.
Yes,
right?
yeah, and the amount of success that we've had in this area in high school wrestling.
Sure, in both local schools here, the other schools in the area too. But
KSD,
and Danville's had several state champions. On the top of my head, Jody Burke, who's the coach now, I think won 2. The Cotton Boys, the Clays, Johnny and Jim. Paul Cheney was the late great Paul Cheney was one of my brother's best friends.
Wasn't there Dickie
Castleman,
Lanham,
Mike Lanham, and then Bull County's there was a fellow named Wright. He's the only other one besides John Clay to win a heavyweight title, of course, up till this year. That kid's name is Paul McClure, I think.
There we go.
Really challenging for that. Bull County had 14 guys out of 14 advanced to state last year.
Wow, that's awesome.
To repeat that, and I think the high finisher was. Well, I'm going to just call him Rudy because that Rudy came in 3rd. Micah Thompson is another kid at 150 he's as good as it gets. I'll put Micah up against anybody. Both of the Carey boys. It's just it's a great group. I've really enjoyed getting to know the kids and their parents too. So something we're stoked about.
Yeah, so that's tomorrow at Boyle County High School, and again, about 10 o'clock in the morning or so is when that'll start. Patrick, let me ask you this. You've got two sons. How old is George and how old is Paul?
George will be 15 next week. Oh, be still my heart.
15 years old for your youngest.
Yes, and Paul is 16, and everybody keep your eyes out. He actually got his intermediate driver's license Wednesday. So
when does he turn 17?
May the 31st.
Okay. So let me ask you this, Patrick. Harkening back to your 17-year-old days and me harkening back to my 17-year-old days, and now you got a son that's about to be 17. Usual activities for a 17-year-old. Dating, hanging out with friends, playing video games, starting their law career?
Negative.
No, how about this story? There aren't many doing that third one, but let's take you to Tulare, California, with a guy named Peter Park. Now, it's not Peter Parker, that's Spider-Man. This is Peter Park. Park has broken the previous California record, become the youngest person to ever pass California's state bar exam. At 17 years old, he enrolled in a 4-year Juris Doctor program at Northwestern California University School of Law when he was 13. At the same time, he was starting high school, Patrick, and now he's a law clerk for the county district attorney there. At the age of 17 years old, he has passed the California bar exam, youngest person to ever do that.
That's crazy.
Is that phenomenal or what?
I was waiting to hear. So there are a few states where you don't have to actually go to law school. You can what they call read the law. So typically you'd work in an attorney's office or for a judge for a long period of time. And when you felt like you were ready, you could go in and take the bar exam, flat without having the other stuff. And if you pass it, you're licensed. That sounds pretty crazy in its own right. And I do feel like you might have missed some things. In the modern age, you might have missed some things. When Hugo Black did it, he had worked, I believe, for a federal judge. I think that's right. Maybe it was a Virginia state judge. For about 10 years, sat for the bar, passed it, went back to work, I believe, in the same office, eventually was appointed to that office as judge, and eventually went on to the United States Supreme Court, where he is, I think, next to Oliver Wendell Holmes and John Marshall, probably regarded as the best writers ever to sit on the United States Supreme Court. So it can be done.
Yeah, but in Kentucky, you have to pass the bar exam, right?
Well, he had to pass the bar exam, but in Kentucky, you have to go to law school in order to sit for the bar exam. But not every state has that requirement. Yeah. It sounds like California, and I did know this, there are some states where you can go straight to law school. You don't have to have the college degree in order to go to the law school.
So California would have to be one of those, right? He started high school at the time he started his studying to pass the bar exam or whatever.
I think that's even less common, but, it sounds like that's what happened here. So
that's just like, at what point does he and his parents figure out, hey, you're a 13-year-old, you're smart enough to start studying for law school? Like, how does a parent and a child reach that decision?
I imagine it goes like some of my conversations with George, where I say something I'm pretty sure is right, and then George tells me why I'm wrong and lays out the 16-point description of why I'm wrong. Mm-hmm. And then I come back and I say, well, have you thought about it this way? And he says, I'm not going to accept that appeal. And it goes back and forth, and eventually you just surrender and say, you know what? Man, I think you probably should just be a lawyer.
You just beat me in an argument, so you should try this out.
You're giving me credit for one?
Yeah. Hey, let me ask you about this, too. We've had lots of news coming out from Washington, D.C., obviously, about Trump and now Hunter Biden, who was just indicted on 9 tax charges in California yesterday, as a special counsel continues to investigate the business dealings of Hunter Biden. 3 felonies and 6 misdemeanors amongst the 9 charges he's been indicted for. A maximum, Patrick, if convicted, of 17 years in prison. And the special counsel probe is still open, so they're still looking at stuff. So, what do you think about this?
A little background. First of all, this is the same cases that was going on this summer, and they had a plea deal reached that the judge rejected.
Yeah, the judge
so it's not like this is, for those listening, it's not like this is a new thing. This is the same case coming back. There are 2 different things going. I think it is also noteworthy. This is the same special counsel's office that indicted Trump. So they, you keep hearing this witch hunt. Like, well, I don't know which is which here, because it looks to me like it's pretty, even-handed there. On the other end of the story, you have Trump just straight up saying he's going to be a dictator. It was for one day and then it was for 3 weeks, but he's going to be a dictator. He's going to run, basically fire the entire Justice Department, seek retribution against the people who tried to prosecute him, and all these things. And it just bewilders me that you can get away with saying that without being, first of all, held in contempt of court, along with some other things. I won't get too deep into it on whether I thought that would be true without somebody saying it. What really astounds me is that you would actually say it out loud in front of people. So that was a big point of discussion at the Republican debate Wednesday night, and I thought it was really interesting the way, in particular, Chris Christie handled that. Chris Christie, who was a U.S. attorney for a long time before he went into what I would call politics. U.S. attorneys obviously has political overtones, but it's an appointed position. But that's what he did in New Jersey, made his name prosecuting organized crime figures before he went on to become, Attorney General and then Governor of New Jersey. And his speech on that is worth hearing. It's very nonpartisan, absolutely, and a real good description of what's going on there. I would encourage people to listen to that, and Nikki Haley had her comments as well. So, those are some smart people up there. I'm not going to take a position in that, but there's some smart people there that are worth listening to.
236-8888, the phone number for McClure and Bailey, 236-8888. Patrick, it's 9:48, so let me take this quick commercial break. I was going to ask you a question, but let me make sure I get this last commercial break, and we'll come back and finish up the conversation with Patrick McClure and Bailey, as we always wrap up every Friday morning here on the show with a McClure and Bailey Friday. The weekend is coming.
We're going abroad for the first time in years, to Spain.
But we don't speak Spanish.
So we started using Babbel.
And started learning Spanish fast.
With Babbel, you can start having conversations in another language in just 3 weeks. Babbel's conversational method teaches you real-life words and phrases. And with Babbel's interactive bite-sized lessons, you'll remember what you learned.
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿De dónde eres?
¿De dónde eres?
When you learn a language, you want to actually use it. Babbel is designed with that goal in mind.
In just 3 weeks, we're starting to have conversations in Spanish.
Estoy muy emocionado para ir a España contigo.
Aw, he just said, I'm very excited to go to Spain with you. Nos vamos a divertir mucho.
And that means we're going to have a lot of fun.
Sí. Gracias, Babbel.
Babbel, language for life. Celebrating 10 million subscriptions sold. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. Just go to Babbel.com and start learning a new language today. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.
Planning a wedding? Paying for a wedding? Attending a wedding? Hi, this is Pam Fitzgerald Clark with Wedding Planning with Pam, inviting you to join us Monday through Friday after the 8:30 morning news on WHIR AM 1230. I'll give you sound wedding planning advice and money-saving tips, information you need, and you'll get it all right here at your favorite radio station, WHIR AM 1230.
This is Randy Gipp Graham. If you want to start your weekend off in a winning way, propelling you into a new work week, then join with our team every Saturday morning at 7 o'clock on the Kentucky Power Hour. Sure, we talk current events, politics, a little sports, and a lot about leadership, but with you, the listener, in mind. So start your day off in a winning way. Right here on the Happy Station, WHIR.
The Kentucky Power Hour on AM 1230 and FM 103.9.
Hey, it's Joe Pags. Make plans to join us for the show. We're bringing the top news stories that are affecting you, the top stories from social media, pop culture stories, could be in sports. Maybe we'll sing a song or two or three or make fun of somebody that you want us to make fun of. That plus, of course, a big part of the program is you calling in. Look, we can agree, we can debate, we can yell at each other, we can sing a song together. We do it all right here on the Joe Pags Show, Monday through Friday from 6 to 9 on WHIR AM 1230 and online at hometownlive.net.
Carnes Auto Care Tires and Service Center is located here in Danville on Lebanon Road, and they're well trained in all aspects of your vehicle, including tires, brakes, front end alignments, tune-ups, and lots more. Winter's coming on. Are you ready to stop monkeying around and take your car to Carnes Auto Care? Stop by next to UPS on Lebanon Road.
Greetings, this is Tomas Mauricio from Advocates for America, wishing one and all a very happy and safe holiday season.
Christmas. We're going to have the happiest Christmas.
Merry Christmas!
Central Kentucky's hometown radio Network.
Time out for sports this weekend with
SportsMap Radio Network
on WHIR AM 1230.
Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas to you.
So on Friday after the Boyle County State Championship game, I hosted the postgame show, and I had a commercial that was running during the postgame show. It was a McDonald's commercial, and it was, McDonald's is kind of the gold standard of the fast food business, and Boyle County is the gold standard of high school football, right? Making that connection. The gold standard of Christmas songs, Nat King Cole's A Christmas Song.
I think so. I mean, the only real competition. Well, let me say this: the only real competition that people are going to think of right off is Bing Crosby. White Christmas.
White Christmas is a solid one too.
But I tell you what, taking the boys to school this morning, I was flat jamming out to Vanessa Williams' cover of "Go Tell It on the Mountain."
Oh yes,
that's
we've played that one before on the show during this segment. That's a solid one too. That's an absolute jam. All right, Patrick, let's take a look at some of the most frivolous lawsuits. Unless you have something that's on your mind you want to talk about. I don't want to skip over.
We can go to that. We can go to that. We were off the air talking about just the fascination with some of the stuff, the extremes some of these folks have been pushed to.
Yeah,
and it's. Hopefully someday we'll pull away from that. I'm waiting for the day that people realize that the person who they are holding up is he's going to protect our values the most. Has been married 4 times and would torpedo Medicaid and Social Security the first day if he could. So
I hearken back to a quote that I've heard my dad say many times when it comes to politics. Son, if you veer too far off to the right or too far off to the left, either way, you end up in a ditch.
Yeah, that's 100% true. And it does, yeah, there's some pretty big potholes on the left side of the road, too. Fortunately, we're in the South. We don't see that as much as I think they do in California.
Yeah, that's true, yeah. All right, let's go to, this is a story coming from 2001. Early on the morning of July 7, 2001, Patrick, a prankster dumped detergent into the Canal Parks fountain in Duluth, Minnesota. Ever been to Duluth, Minnesota?
I've been near there, but I haven't been there.
They got a big fountain there, and some prankster dumped a bunch of detergent in there, created a mountain of bubbles. Several hours later, passerby Kathy Kelly walked into the suds and slipped into the fountain, lacerating her lower shin. Due to her diabetes, the cut then became infected. $43,000 in medical expenses, Patrick. Kelly sued the city because it had not cleaned up the suds or posted warning signs about the suds, despite the fact that municipal workers had received a call concerning the hazard 4 hours earlier. In March of 2004, a jury found the city 70% responsible, Kelly 30% responsible, awarding $125,000 for the plaintiff. The fountain, by the way, is now encircled by a railing. It's not necessarily that they're all frivolous lawsuits, but it's interesting. What's your take on this lawsuit from Duluth, Minnesota?
Well, first of all, they were smart to sue the city. The county would have sovereign immunity, which is basically a premise that says you can't sue the government for a great many things. Now, if the government's engaged in an ordinary business activity, that would be a little different. But that was originally put in so that if the state needed to build a road and you said it somehow impacted you, they have to pay you for your land, but they're not civilly liable otherwise. But this is the city. It is actually, cities are actually typically independent corporations, for lack of a better word. I'm playing a little loose with the definition there, but that's the one that will make sense to people. So check the first box there. Now, they talked about 70% at fault versus 30%. I have to question, how exactly did she wind up in this fountain? Because suds or no suds.
Yeah, she just walked into the fountain? What? Maybe there were so many suds she couldn't see where the fountain was or something. Maybe, I don't know.
I'm thinking more along the lines of what we call an attractive nuisance. So it's a thing that, it's out there and it's not really where you're supposed to be, but you just have to know that people are going to be drawn to it. Mm-hmm. Now, having worked for the city of Danville and worked on those fountains plenty, you know how we clean those? Because they do have to be cleaned periodically so that the pipes don't get gummed up and everything. You know how we clean them?
Soap?
put detergent in them.
Okay.
And there's nothing special about it either. We just pour detergent in it.
Does it make a bunch of bubbles then?
Yeah, and then it just eventually cycles through. So I have to wonder, was it not that they hadn't responded to it, but they were just waiting for the water to cycle through, which is the natural way of getting rid of it anyway?
Wow.
It sounds like given the number of bubbles, they could have cleaned out, just pulled it away some. But I don't know that I think that's I don't think it's an unreasonable amount. And so on that part, I'm okay. You didn't say anything about pain and suffering.
No, just said $125,000
for the medical bills. I think that's all right.
I think the Duluth, Minnesota should have retained Patrick McClure as their attorney. He could have gone through the whole cycle of how to clean a fountain.
Well, that's what happens when you spend a good portion of your early years working with Flick Ford and Talmadge Gwynn and David Vanderpool. That's three scalawags, if ever there was one, but it was good working with them.
The last one, Patrick, for many Americans, joblessness is an unfortunate but unavoidable side effect of sometimes a bad economy. Bronx, New York native Trina Thompson, on the other hand, blamed her unemployment on the school she attended. In 2009, the 27-year-old sued her alma mater, Monroe College, for $72,000 when she was unable to find a job 3 months after graduating with a bachelor's degree in information technology. She specifically blamed the school's Office of Career Advancement for not working hard enough to place her in a job after her graduation, despite her solid attendance record and 2.7 GPA, which is okay, it's not great. According to the lawsuit filed in Bronx Supreme Court, Thompson sought to recoup the $70,000 she spent on tuition plus $2,000 for the stress of her job search. What do you think, Patrick? Can you blame your college for you not getting a job?
I think that's a tough case. Again, I'm assuming Monroe College is private. University of Dayton a few years ago had this come up because they had a lot of kids that weren't, go through law school and they're not passing the bar exam. And I think there was some addressing of that, but I don't know exactly where that falls. I really think whether or not it's public or private makes a difference, but I got to be honest with you. Now, I'm not going to be the lawyer. I'm just going to be the juror. College is what you make of it.
Yeah.
You could go to Harvard and not do anything and walk out with a piece of paper, and you could go to, I won't name one, just pick some, small community college somewhere and do great things. Or you could flunk out entirely like Bill Gates and then go start a,
billion-dollar company.
Right. So I don't know if I really buy that. The fact of the matter is, Milton Riegelman told me a long time ago, if you got a subscription to the New York Times and the Wall Street Journal and read both of those things cover to cover, every word, every day for 4 years, you would have the equivalent of a college degree for a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
So.
There you go. Patrick McClure from McClure and Bailey. By the way, I wonder if she would be able to find a job if her GPA was 3.7 instead of 2.7. I don't know. I mean, I guess either way, you have a college degree, they don't ask you what your GPA
no,
is.
They do. The first time they do. After that, they ask you what your job experience is. But the first time, they ask you how you
going for that
school.
job the first time.
Yeah.
How'd your grades look in college? 236-8888 is the phone number. Your hometown team. Patrick McClure, Brian Bailey, McClure and Bailey. Appreciate you all being on.
Thank you, Joe.
Yep, 10 o'clock in the morning. Top Hour News and Kentucky Sports Radio is coming up next.
This is the Talk